to the straight to the to the to the brain, 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 brain. Straight to the brain, 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 brain. To the brain, 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 brain. Straight to the brain, 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 brain. Straight to the to the straight to the to the to the straight to the to the to the brain, 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 brain. Straight to the brain, 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 brain. To the brain, brain, brain. Straight to the brain, brain, brain. Straight to the to the straight to the to the to the straight to the to the to the to the
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Livestream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. Boys, how are y'all doing tonight? Welcome back, welcome back. We got more 5V5 1V1 DUELS on the day. Today are duels over on the EU region. Tomorrow is NA, so if you guys want to join, for those who are more than welcome to. Hopefully groups are listed right now on the LFG. If not, we'll get some up and running right about now. Hey boys, how you doing? Hope everybody, I seriously mean everybody, is having a wonderful evening. What's up? I doing, man? And we're gonna be seeing you tonight by chance. Ivan, Opti, we got Braga, we got Trix, we got ourselves Shane. How you boys all doing? Welcome back. How you doing? Doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. Hopping on for them 5V5 1v1 DUELS. Been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate recently. What a good game. Wow. I found myself a game to play whenever I'm not doing WoW stuff. My God, dude. I'm not even going to say more. I feel like I could talk about that game all day, but we don't got Baldur's Gate duels. We got ourselves, what, 5V5 1v1 DUELS for the night. Hopefully that works. Maybe. Beautiful. All right. Groups are going to be listed in just a second here, boys. If you guys want to join, that's loud. That is loud. Kind of tell, honestly. Loud in my ears, too. But I kind of like it. Alrighty, boys. We got ourselves duels tonight. Groups are listed over in the LFG right about... Give it a second. Now. There we go. Also thinking about playing Baldur's Gate 3. Honestly, have you ever played like a CRPG before? If you played a CRPG before, then yes, it is like the best one you can really get. Like, this is like top-down, like turn-based D&D rules with like rolls and stuff. Like, if you enjoy that kind of thing, yes, easily. If you just want to play like a good RPG and you're a big fan of RPGs, like you played anything between like WoW, you played Skyrim in the past, you played like some of the more technical RPGs and stuff, like Mass Effect. Like, if you played Mass Effect, right? And like the combat, a little bit of technical side of things, but also the story and the character interactions, this game is a top notch. Honestly, it's fantastic. I love what Larian Studios done. If they've played Divinity, that's the same guys that made Divinity. So honestly, I recommend it. It's one of those things, and I don't really talk about other games that much, right? I'm mostly just like a WoW gamer, right? But like, I feel like there's a lot of games that come out and they're not really worth your time or your money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, some games come out and just like, oh man, after a bit of time, it's just like, it's a disappointment. These guys were given like plenty of time to make the perfect game they wanted. I mean, that being said, I haven't gotten like past Act 1. I did play D&D, but still. I mean, I think it's worth. I mean, with the amount of time I spent with it so far, maybe it like really falls apart and really gets crappy by like, I don't know, Act 2, Act 3, Act 4, which are the ones I haven't got to see in the early access or so far what I've been able to play. Maybe it gets worse, but from what I hear, it's really, really good all the way through. For people that have been able to play, it's really, really good start. Maybe it like unravels, but who knows, honestly. Really gameplay guy. It has a good gameplay. I will say that. This game actually does have like a solid mix of gameplay, as well as like RPG elements and story and character stuff. Like, it's a solid mix of everything so far. And it's really, really cool. But I don't like RP sometimes. I feel like this game, I mean, it's as good of a role-playing game as it really can be. But anyway, we got some duels tonight, boys. I see him shift. Oh, hey, what's up? Is your friend coming by, Nick? Or is your rogue friend joining? Or is he joining another team, maybe? But anyway, we gotta get ourselves... Not this song. We gotta get the next song in here. Abe. Oh, he's already in Crucible. Hey, you wanna join 5V5 DUELS after that match, my guy? Coffee boy, you tried to get a guy in it? Let's go, man. Get him in here, dude. Get Coffee boy in here. Let's go. Oh, we got Russian Pepsi and Drivka joined together. I will want to get you guys in, but you guys are probably gonna have to join another team. I'm telling you right now. Oh yeah? Oh, Abe, once he's done with his arena, we can maybe get him in here too. My goodness. I know you're spamming. Honestly, I don't keep spamming. I know you're allowed to spam. You have the spam protection from Dal only, right? You got a special badge for the day. Spam as much as you want to. If you want to spam some emotes, I'm perfectly cool with that too. Aido gets protection. Nobody complained about it. If you complain about it, I mean, what else can you do, right? Big Poggies, boys. Can see 1v1. Groups are listed right now in the legit Legends Legacy. They're gonna be listed in Raids Legacy just so we can see. We've been doing this for like a couple of months now, but we do it in Raids Legacy, not in like a PvP section or a custom PvP or whatever. We've been putting him in Raids Legacy just so we can use the cross-faction thing so anybody can join up. Plus, if you post him in RBGs, man, you just gotta get anybody and everybody that just wants to run in and start killing stuff immediately. So Abe, we can get him in here immediately. We can get him maybe with Russian Pepsi and Grifka together. I want to see who else gonna invite, man. Anto, he's in Twisting Nether. Does he want to join? Hey Anto. Hey Anto, Duels tonight. Want in? Also, where's Koopa? I miss Koopa. I miss Koopa. I want to see Koopa in these. Arbus, does he want to join in? Hey Arbus. Hey Arbus, want in on some duels? Let me see if we can get Telrion on like the regular boys that show up to these, man. Could also ask Danny Ganker. Dipson? Why is Dipson? Why do I have a guy named Dipson? Isn't there a guy named Dipson in our guild from way back in the day? That's an EU Dipson. What is going on? Impuse? Yo, if we could get Chew the Fat in here, that'd be great, dude. Yo, Inoka, you want to join in by chance? On a character? Maybe? Let me see. Who else is online that's a regular for these? Some of these guys have been here and there, but... Shy? Where's like... Mad Juice? This, oh, that's Mad Juice. Okay. Wait, you got another character? An Alliance Monk? Is that what you're trying to gear? Fair enough. Trying to see if I can get any more bodies in. I do want to get you guys in, but I only have spot for one for this group. Can average people join 5v5 1v1 duels? Yeah, everybody and anybody can join 5v5 duels, man. Whoever wants in is whoever wants in. I don't really hold people back or nothing. Honestly. Does Aura by chance wants in? Hold on. Hey Aura. Hey Aura. Aura, we hosting some 5v5 1v1 duels tonight. Want in? Where's Krager, by the way, man? I feel like that guy and his schedule and my schedule have not been able to sync up together whatsoever recently. And I kind of miss the boy, man. Also, where's my man Jesus in here? He plays Unholy DK. I want to see some Unholy Death Knight in action. Notice they got nerfed a little bit. Can you unequip your weapon, please, so I have a chance? Dude, honestly. Honestly. Alright, Malfury, maybe? Does he want to join in? Hold on, let me ask Malf. Hey, Malf. We're hosting some 5v5 1v1 duels tonight. One in. If you guys want to invite homies and guildies and friends and whatever, you're more than welcome to, by the way. Just let me know. We're trying to fill up this group to 5 and then we'll get the second one going. Yeah, maybe later on? Okay. So Andrew is usually in, but I guess he's going to be peeping until later. Malf? Sure? Ooh. Let me get you in here. Let me get you in here, Malfurion. Because this group is set. I just need to... I guess I'll have Jayhawk. Do I have you added in Real ID? Do I have you added? Jayhawk, I'm trying to add you on Real ID. Have you tried to add me before? Because I'm trying to see if I can get you in. Party's full. Raid. Malf. There we go. That's what I'm missing. I have a chance to shuffle war games. Like a fight. That would be interesting, but I have not. No, we have not tried that on stream or anything like that. I want Dalaran on my side. You want me? Yo, I'm just a spectator, man. That's all I am. Trying to see if I can add you. Trying to add you, Jay. What's your real ID? So I can get you added. Quickly form second group. Then we are good to go. Just updating everybody on what we're doing tonight. What's up, okay? I said, my man, I had to look up Dark and Darker. Hey, is that an anime or is that a show? Oh, I'm here. What's up, Ara? I think I'm gonna watch. Is that your Real ID? Okay, cool. I just wasn't quite 100%. But hoping you're doing wonderful, my man. Anyways, I like to RP sometimes. I used to love D&D, but so I'll wait till it'll be on sale because $70 is not cheap. When it's cheaper, I feel you. And you know what? In most cases, when you're like, when a game raises up their prices, so it's not $60 anymore, it is $70. Man, that's not cheap. What if it's a disappointing game, right? Man, that would suck. And I feel like that's what a lot of people are like super cautious about getting into a game. But this one I feel like is worth $70 because I've spent like I spent 40 hours on it in just Act 1, and there's 4 of them. And they're supposed to... Act 2 and 3 are bigger than 1. Not even combined, but separately. Each act is bigger than Act 1. So it's a lot of game. So I feel like you're gonna... money can be tight for sure. But like, if you do end up like spending any money or saving any money for anything, I feel like this game could be a straight up banger. Where I want to lead, but I don't know how to queue. All good. I take care of all of it, friend. No worries. I added you, by the way. Can I not add you? Hold on. I'll try to add you again. Look. Jayhawk. Added you. Do I just have like maxed out friends list or something? Do I just need to like boot somebody that hasn't been online for a while? Maybe? Who hasn't been online for like months, man? I feel like I've rotated my friends list and people actually playing in Dragonflight, so it's a lot of people. Solid gray though. I don't know, man. Warren. Sav. Oh, it's my homies, dude. It's their homies. No format. G-Funk. G-Funk doesn't even join us though. Hold on. Yeah, I haven't seen G-Funk in a long while. But it's homies, dude. That's the only... Oh, my lord. Dude, why is it only people that actually know? Mikey? Why is it people that I know? Hold on, Master Exo. I don't really know that name. Don't remember it. Sorry, Master Exo. I'm gonna have to Exo out of here. Yeah, I'm sorry. That sounded bad, honestly. From against your friend request. Try now. Try now. Have you tried to add me? Hold on. Your name is simple. It's just Jayhawk in real ID. Where are you? Did I just like skip over you and... I'm looking for you. Can you try adding me? Would that work? Add me. Add me. Hashtag 1340. I'm just... Chat, we're really quickly. I'm trying to make a second group. I got you guys DMing me. We can make 2 groups really quickly. Real quickly. I'm just trying to get Jayhawk added. And he wants to lead, but he doesn't really know how to do it. So I'm like, I'll talk you and walk you through everything. I'm just trying to get you added. Did I add you? Are you in? If you need to lead Rumaru QT. I do have Rumaru though, don't I? Hold on. Can you whisper me on real ID? Hold on, Rumaru. Coffee Boy, if you whisper me on Rumaru, I'll just use you then. I'm trying to get Jayhawk added just because he's a regular Joe. He's in these duels every single like week. So I'm trying to get regular homies added whenever they're active. But like, I can't. For some reason I can't. Rumaru? Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. Cool. Just keep me updated if we got enough bodies or not. I take care of everything else. And let me know if you are about to bounce for the night. So I can take over. Thank you, Romaro. I appreciate you, my man. I appreciate you. All right, Abe, are you around right now? Okay, cool. Okay, hold on. Okay, Calvi is lead. Gonna slap together G2 and good to go. Alrighty, gonna keep it easy. Thank you so much, Romaro. I appreciate you, my man. Calvi boy, here you are. Alright, just finished +6. Let's go, dude. Hey, let's go. Hold on. I got you. Okay, we got Abe in here. I'm gonna try to. I can invite you. Just finished 6-0. Let's go, dude. Let's go. My man just finished 6-0. Ready? Let's get Magix in here. Let's get Ren. Yes. Yes, we are. Want in? Ren, you're more than welcome to join us. Able to send requests. Yo, Jayhawk, I don't know what's going on there, man. But second group is listed, by the way. If you guys want to join, that makes it easier. I can get you guys all in here. Go. All right, try to see if I can invite you. Sign up. Sign up with Griff. Call me. Same spot in LFG. Sign up so I can just get both of you. Let's send you an invite. If you ever do solo war games with me because I'm a healer and I like DPS a lot, I whisper me or someone else. If you ever do solo war games with me because I'm a healer main and I like the DPS a lot. If you ever do solo war games, oh, that'd be kind of fun actually. Just like solo war games and stuff. That could be cool. Yeah, I feel ya. For duels though, we just do all DPS. Unless you got like some crazy healer build that can one-shot and there's some really cheesy stuff. I usually don't have healers join these because it's a battle of attrition. I'll join for a round. Sounds good. Already ready. Sadly, the 5 of us on the group. Wait, you guys got a 5-man? Let's go. Hold on. Never mind. My Jude's got a group. Hold on. You don't even need me then. Wait a second. Kiosco. Oh no. Oh no. Hold on. I'm double checking. He says there are 5 of us in the group. 5-man? Ah, Kiosco. Looks like they made a second group without me. Kiosco. So you gotta float until a spot is open. I didn't know I was gonna make. Appreciate you, Kiosco. What do we got, Majus? Can you write your name? What? Hold on, I could do your character name, can't I? Hold on, Majus, where are you at? Majus, so I either gotta write up his real ID name, which is Majus, in Russian letters. Or I can do Russian Pepsi. If I type in Russian Pepsi, that'll work as well. Alright, spectator match. We got Remaru Cutie, and we got ourselves Russian Pepsi. What a name. Kvass? Is that what you would call Russian Pepsi's kvass? Because we have a drink back in Russia that's like as close to a soda as you can really get. It's like root beer, sort of, kind of, but not really. It's just like kvass. It's like a beer style, like fermented, refreshing drink. That's the best way that I've gotten explained to me. I never had it. I was only born in that country. I never had it. Although I'm pretty sure it's not even like their own. It's because a lot of the places in Slavic regions just kind of share stuff and they call it their own. Not grand, right? Good, we're in. First duel of the night, boys. First duel of the week. Let's go, boys. Oh my god, we're doing it. Oh my god, we're doing it. Is it working? It's sent. Hope it'll be good. Somebody dead? Let me know. Otherwise, yeah, Rumaru and Majus. Just let me know if you guys need more bodies for 5-man. I could probably scour through my real ID. And I can also take over for your guys' groups and list them as well. That could work as well. Or Beard and King Strike. No one dead? Okay, hold on. It really looks good. It's also cheap. That's all good, my man. Don't worry about it. What are you trying to play? Dwarf Shami? Dwarf Shamans are good right now. Yeah, Shamans are generally pretty decent. Depending what you're playing in. Like, Enhancement is good. Rest is pretty... used to be good. I mean, they're not bad. They used to be good for M+, but like they don't scale as well as like Holy Paladins right now. But Holy Paladin just kind of bullied all the other healers off of the top spot for a bit. Rest of Shaman was it though. That was the play in like what, season 1? Yo, what's up, Cloak? Hey, my man. Hope you're having a good one, my guy. Trying to see if I can get you guys a group in here. Magius, do you have to delist? Do you got to delist? Do you got to delist? Do you got to delist? It might have been Magius listing on LFG and just forgot to delist. So then once he delists, we could just probably go into another arena. I usually like to start off with a grand, but maybe we'll just go into Black or Cold maybe, because I know some of you guys are like, Blade's Edge. But I like Blade's Edge, so we're going to end up playing Blade's Edge. But I'll try to play every other map until then, I guess. BG3, what class should I play in BG3? Dwarf Shaman? There isn't no Shaman in BG3. But you could play a druid, you could play a sorcerer, you could play a wizard, you could play a warlock. I feel like if you're starting out, there's nothing like a shaman, but a druid is the closest thing. Because they have a little bit of lightning, a little bit of nature, a little bit of fire. Not exactly the same, but in a very... Because do they have a shaman in D&D? Because there's a limited class list over in a BG3. But no shaman. Druid, wizard. You could go sorcerer and go tempest sorcerer with lightning. That's as close as you can really get. Is this fine with us? Let me try Rook, because it's not working with that map for some reason. Oh, no, it's not working because of me, actually. Never mind. It's my fault. I messed up. I was listed in LFG. I was just like, are you guys listed in LFG? Oh, sorry. Dal dummy. What is going on with me, man? That was my fault, literally. Literally me. There isn't a shaman in D&D? There isn't? I'm sure there's like a subclass that's like as close to a shaman. I don't know. If I like a dwarf shaman. If you like a dwarf shaman, probably like, I'd say druid is the closest thing, right? But there's no subspec for it. There's a subspec for sorcerer, which is like thunder and lightning. And if you like that, if you want to play more castery, I'd say sorcerer. If you want to play more like something that can maybe go into melee, you could go like Druid of the Spore. That kind of gets into melee, but that might be a little more complex. Oh man, I'd go with Warlock. Eldritch Blast goes a long way. I'm gonna stop talking about Baldur's Gate, dude, because I'm literally gonna be like, my brain is gonna be all in Baldur's Gate, and I'm not even gonna be able to remember a single WoW ability. Watch me, dude. Watch me. We're gonna pop in here, but like, what's he casting? I don't know. Eldritch Blast? Twitch. We got ourselves Team 2 together with Guard. I'm gonna call you Guard. I'm not really sure what to call you, but it's gonna be Jayhawk first up over for the Team 1 as the Arcane Master Blaster. Got himself a little bit of a balding head, but I like the monocle looking thing. I like the goggle of choice. We got ourselves Shifts over in the back team. We got ourselves Coffee Boy as double Boomkin actually. We got ourselves Atlanta as a Monk as well as Forkbeard coming back in. It's going to be a poly immediately as Jayhawk trying to go for a bit of an arcade surge. Opener as Guard charging out as a Fury Warrior. Trying to go for an interrupt. Doesn't quite connect. It's going to be Reflect. Trying to see if he can reflect some damage, but it's going to be Jayhawk. Massive damage. Unleashing the full power of the Arcane. Big touch of the Magi. That's a lot to build up. Guard trying to see if he can just survive this, but I think the man is just dead. It's just a matter of time. Big touch of the before the touch of the Magi even erupted, just a barrage capping him out, taking him out of the game with Yesley. Gonna be up next as a Night Elf Warlock. First time seeing this one in the 5v5 duels, let alone solos actually is more common than anything, but like it's a good combo. That Night Elf shot him out to be able to juke an ability. It is actually kind of good. Gonna be a Mortal sent in. Zessa trying to see if he can barrage him. Full army of the demons just absolutely savaging Jayhawk, unable to really survive the onslaught. Trying to see if he can just cool off the big old Tyrant. Double Felguard charging after him. Or actually, it's like a big Felguard and Wrathguard and small Wrathguard. It's like a son and a dad hanging out together. Big Observer joining in as well. Might be pretty bad for Yesley. It's just trying to see if he can deal with Jayhawk. What is this double Wrathguard you got going on? One of them must be like a glyph for someone Felguard, but it's just a Wrathguard, right? I kind of want to do that too myself, honestly. Gonna be a big Axos. Jayhawk trying to see if he can blink out of there. Gonna be Dreadstalkers is able to launch him in there with a Biofilm around the corner. Jayhawk is gonna have to find a way to deal with all of these minions attacking him from every angle. Trying to see if he can freeze him, but as long as he can deny the auto attack damage, just the baseline damage of these pets, the better spot he's gonna be in. As Yesley backs up out of there, I wish I had a better name for him, because I feel like when I say this in Russian, Yesley, it makes sense. But when you try to translate to like an English nickname, it doesn't roll off the tongue super well. Gonna be a big, or at least an attempt for a big power surge, as it's gonna be Yesley with a Polymortical set 10 Fear to follow. It's gonna be an intro by Jayhawk, but it's gonna be that line of sight for Yesley using his environment to his advantage. Gonna be a quick breath, kind of breathing on a little bit of that team. As Jayhawk trying to see if he can go for big damage himself. Fear to follow as Yesley just trying to see if he can control Jayhawk, reduce some of the damage, dampen some of the harm he's putting in, but also summon up an army of his own. Trying to see if he can go counter active. That's gonna be a mad Tyrant blasting out Jayhawk, maybe in a very bad spot. Oh, that's just a lot of damage altogether. That Tyrant was chipping away at your health, just absolutely cracking right through it. Forkbeard gonna be up next. Yesley, the Warlock, has been able to survive this fairly well, and is going to be able to go for an Axe Toss, trying to see if he can reposition forward immediately, trying to see if he can bait Forkbeard out in the open. Again, just like with the Mage, he just needs to get the pets out onto Forkbeard and establish control as best he can. Axe Toss as Forkbeard, trying to see if he can catch up a little bit of healing, but you're denying a lot of it with the Axe Toss as well as a Mortal Call. Forkbeard, a lot of his self-healing and self-recovery just denied. He can maybe hang back here with double Wrathguard, but it will eventually, these pets are going to be able to crack through his defenses. He's going to have to make a play right now. I think he's got to leap in, got himself a shield. That's going to be Spore Cloak, so even defensively, he doesn't even have much emergency healing really going on. So for Yesley right now, they're in a perfect spot. There isn't really an opportunity for you to make a mistake. You could have yourself a clean run, save a lot of your cooldowns for the next competitor as well. Forkbeard trying to see if you go for a bit of a charge. Going to be a Stormbolt to Yesley with an Axe Toss reversal back right after. Got himself plenty of slows. Positioned himself so he could always port away from the worry if ever necessary. Just try and take the very minimum damage from him. It took a couple of Shadow Bolts. Fear, Mortical something. Trinketing that Fear may have actually been a weird play because you're going up against Grifka. No, you're not. You're going up against Coffee Boy Atlante or Shiftes. If one of them gets a lockdown on you for the stun, that could be a bad situation, as Forkbeard just doesn't have much left. He could last out there for quite a while, but with a Warlock chipping away at him with all the demons while bailing away. It's just making sure that none of them really get him into a bad position whatsoever. Coverboy juking away from the stun. Full burst onto EST with a rude silence. It's going to be Axtos, Drake, and Bash to follow. Just try to keep EST in that soul beam as best as possible. Trying to see if he can cook ourselves up a big old full moon. Can he summon up literally the galaxies themselves? Going to be a big dark glare. Kind of want to keep the Coverboy out next to dark glare, but with all this instant cast over Druid, you really don't want to cast it. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. You want to cast so you can like have an observer zapping him away, punishing the guy, but also you don't want to be taking those instant casts to the face back-to-back. Kavi not in a great spot. It is a dampening game right now with a 23% dampening building up a little bit, plus on top of it whatever dampening that the Wrathguard is applying. So for Kavi, he might have to rotate his defensives a little bit earlier as he's getting surrounded. Vile Feed, Tyrant swinging around the corner trying to see if he can clone it. Does get to, but it's still barrages. All these pets are empowered by the Tyrant just in the mere presence of that big beast. And yesterday trying to see if he can back up out of it. Doesn't have the healing over Druid, but is gonna work down those Hellstones, put him on cooldown bit by bit, trying to keep away from the Druid as best as he can, letting the pets just keep harassing him over there as best as possible. Coverboy should have himself, I think, of half moon into a full moon prepping, and he might be able to go for double full moon if he could just find himself an angle. But still, health-wise not doing great, trying to see if he can maybe cover some distance. Gonna be even more pets joining in as another Axos comes out, just cannot even really make his way across over to Yesti, but he's trying to do the best he can. Mortal as he pushes him, gonna be Dark Glare again on the opposite side, still able to like start casting at him. So Coverboy can only approach from one angle really, just trying to see if he can find himself some survivability. Next Astos could be actually really deadly. I think at some point I'm gonna have to go for a big silence, charging out towards Yesti. Bash to follow, does force a trick out of him. That's gonna be potentially a root with a root together with a solar beam, but doesn't quite connect. That forward gives him plenty of mobility. I think for Coverboy, eventually if you don't push in, if you don't make a fast enough play, the Warlock wins. And I feel like that's just how it is, right? The game, you're running out of time. Eventually, the Warlock is just gonna win this one, unless you got stealth to keep you in cover like what Drifka has and what most rogues do. You're just gonna lose against the army of the demons with the dampening slowly building up, hampering all of you, healing little by little. Big Tyrant join in. That's where you want to swap out your Cyclone, but that's where the Warlock can just push in, pressure you with the Tyrant. Tyrant not attacking you. What is going on? This Tyrant is charging after you. Is he gonna melee? Is he just trying to say hello, give you a hug, just watch you die? Was literally useless. But just his mere presence made all the other demons even more effective. Yes, with that Knight of Warlock absolutely putting in the work. Shifty's going to be up next, trying to maintain a little bit of range, dotting up the SC, dotting up all the pets and doing quite a bit of damage from distance. Is going to have to make a trek, and it's going to have to get some pressure on TSC. Cannot let the game go any longer than it has so far. Yes, they just try to see if he can cover a little bit of health. Using defenses really early on, but at least Dark Pack lasts for quite a while, so maybe can still get some value out of it. The Shift just trying to see if he can find himself a breakaway. Bash, silence to follow, trinket out of the Axtos right after. Wants to go in for big damage. Does he get to Mortal? Fear to follow. Man, actually just getting controlled entirely. Did not use any offensive cooldowns just yet, so there still is a chance that he could make a comeback. Barskin used up pretty early on. Definitely want to use it as early as possible, just because it's such a short cooldown and it's fairly effective. Gonna be dropping down the Dark Glare, so if you push in and you're trying to get your cast off, the Dark Glare can punish your aggression. And yes, they try to see if he can go for a bit of a gateway. Shift is trying to see if he can find himself a much better angle, but also trying to be very careful with a Dark Glare, trying not to cast while out in the open as best as he can. Yes, with a Dark Pack, also using it pretty aggressively, just like you should use it with the Barskin. Axos around the corner. Shift is trying to go for a couple instant casts, not going for big damage just yet. Axos right after, Tyrant to follow him. Now you might actually be a panic situation. Honestly, if you can just root those pets away from you and attack, yes, you'd be a great spot, but Mortal is locking you out completely. Tyrant blasting you out in the back. I think it's just over. My goodness, this man so far has just been able to walk in, and so far the Warlock is just dominating right now. With Atlanti, last one left. It's a monk, not a lot of survivability available. Monks generally are known for healing and mobility. You either dip out to get yourself some heals, or you stay in and go for quite a bit of burst. I don't know how much of that you can really do here, just because dampening is super high. You have to play into the offensive play here. Gonna be Axos. That's gonna force a trick out of him. Wall, fear for EST. If you can just lock down and shut down this go by Atlantean, And as long as he can deal with the Zoan as well, he is going to be golden. He just needs to buy himself time. Eventually, Atlantean is just running against the clock. And yes, he's a ticking bomb with this army of demons coalescing. The longer you wait, the more demons you're going to get. Fist of Fury trying to go for a fear, but also trying to get interrupted. Wait, maybe Atlantean turns around. Karma to follow. Yes, I think might go down. Oh, Atlantean does end up turning with a Karma. Does get himself enough damage. This is where the Warlock just needed to just buy more time. Send up a gateway, but I don't think he was able to take it just yet. With Russian Pepsi last one left as Dwarf, Shaman, a Dwarf Monk, Lexi to follow. I think it's over, right? There's no way for Legend to turn this around. Ooh, no, he does get himself an opportunity. Fort for a second, got himself a heal. Oh, and he forced as the touch of death comes through. So I feel like when he ported, you know how monks like do a spirit transfer when they do the ports? I feel like he transferred his spirit, but the body was just left back there. That was great. All right, let's get this another go here, boys. Yeah, uno más. Hell of a run for the night, man. Warlock popping off of the bat. Night of Warlock missed the play, man. That seems like the meta. That was really good. I got destroyed by everyone. I'll get over KS. You're fine, my man. Don't worry about it. First game of the night. Can't call quits on to that one. Mad Juice, let me know if you're ready. He says he's ready. Romaro, let me know if you're ready. Ido, are we gonna need more bodies? What happened? Oh, okay. Ido invited me and then left me all by himself. Cool. I'm not sure what happened. Ido, what was that? Let's get a little back cold in here. What's up, Cloak? Are you Arena? Yes, we doing EU games tonight. Ah, man. Still here? Okay. I will check to see if there is spots open after this one. Yo, Ren, all you guys, honestly, I wish a lot of you were hanging out in chat, man, so at least I could, like, communicate my thoughts, because I gotta type to everybody here. Dal's bad at typing, can't even read, can't even type, can't even talk. But if you were in chat, at least you'd be able to see, like, what we were about now. That would help me give it a little bit more context and stuff. Okay. Sounds good to me. Whatever you want to bring, Nick. Whatever you want to bring, my guy. Anybody and everybody's welcome, like I always say. Like I always say. You know what? I don't like that song. Let's get a different one. I can hear. Awesome, awesome. I was talking more to Ren, though. Not to you specifically. But just like more so in generalized. You know what I mean. Not specifically, more generally. Yeah, you're confusing. I know. Oh, this song is a banger. Switch. Gotta be guard first up versus Coffee Boy. Just opening up with a quick stun into silence to follow. You just silence everybody? Is that just a part of your play? Technically, I guess the warrior silences are actually valuable. As the warrior leaps in, big go, trying to make sure that Odin's Fury paying off. Big bash, buying Coffee, trying to go for cyclone. Maybe a juke. Does he get a juke? No juke by the warrior holding on to it. At this point, I feel like if you're playing melee, you're at this point so used to getting juked in your interrupts, you just don't throw it away. At some points, you're just not even gonna spend like even a second in your brain thinking about using the kick. You're just gonna go do as much damage as possible when it's available. Kavi get himself resets, but in full shockwaves, locking him down for just a second. Got himself full burst. This is where guard is just gonna pop a defensive and just keep trucking damage into him. He's got you in the exit range, actually avoiding the stun somehow. I don't even know how you avoid it. It's gonna be a trinket. Cyclone again. Does not really have an answer for this one, but it's gonna be very hard. Cyclone this way again, catching those interrupts and getting juked out for a melee. It is detrimental. It just gives a caster an opportunity to get some of those casts out, whether defensive, with offensive, with the CC. And it's scariest when it's offensive. Like imagine if Cowboy got to juke out a kick onto guard and just drop down a full moon on the guy. That would have been scary. Full stone into Cowboy might be in a bit of a bad spot. Does have some dark skin healing available as well. Could go in a bear form and tank up this is best possible bash. Try to play defensive. Still needs to build up a lot of moons in order to be able to get himself a lot of damage. But Gams have the bear's fortitude, able to pop in into a more defensive stance as guard staying on his tail as best as it can. Even though the tails of the actually that's a pretty long tail, but in a bear form it's actually kind of tiny, even in the big gorilla bear form. As guard trying to see if he can find himself a better angle. Does he have a charge? Leap available. Cooldowns at the ready too. Got himself reflect. Is this where you're just going for damage? If you are gonna go for damage, you gotta make sure you don't get a juked out on the kick. Half moon might be pretty bad for you. Full stun, big damage. Coffee boy might be in a lot of trouble trying to see if he can maybe take this up. At least there's no thorns. Trying to go for a second one. Don't get juked right now. Guard needs to be very, very careful as he does get knocked back, but a charge lets him reconnect with the druid. Staying on him. Shockwave almost connecting. Almost can reach Coffee boy, but the man barely escaping it. Oh, wait a second. Your health. Oh, no. Guard was able to get one last swing as he swings around the pillar. Quick fear onto Atlantic, trying to see if he can maybe get himself some second wind healing. Atlantic, full cooldowns available, wants to go for the chase. Guard has nothing unless he has maybe a stun. He does have a Warlock Hellstone. I don't know if he's used it already or not. Might be in a lot of trouble. I think it just might be over. Keeps control, big old rising sun kick. Nothing you can really do about it. By the way, that set, oh, that looks good. He got us the weapons too. That looks great. This will like infinite Dragonflight look. Plus the tabard too fits well. Grifka gonna be first up versus Atlanta. Immediate trinket to counter the rogue. Lexu trying to see if he can force a trick out of Grifka as well. That is a Zoen joining, so it's gonna be quite a bit of damage. Fist of Fear to follow, got himself evasion. That's gonna be Atlanta evading the rogue with a port entirely. Grifka, at least he's got a Zoen on him for a good bit, so he's not gonna have an easy time resetting for a while. Atlanta does not have a trinket though, so you're in a bit of a tough spot. I think if you can shadow meld it, I think it might be over. Wait, potentially. Grifka, do you have enough damage? Secret technique. It's not enough. It's not doing enough damage. Atlanta is able to survive this form brood together with a Spore Cloak, able to keep him alive. No more evasion for the rogue unless he's got that Cloaker Shot as evasion. With Veil of Midnight, he might be in a different spot. Blind to follow. Atlanta better have an answer for Grifka. No more blind. Try to see if he can knock him, keep it on stop. What is this reset? Oh my god, I thought he got you there for a second. I felt like that should have been a god. Getting the shot, I think it's over. Grifka just unchallenged at that point. Once you get the trinket out of the enemy like a monk who died in a stun, it's over, man. It is over. Jayhawk going to be up next. I feel like it's trying to give Grifka a little bit of an honor duel. I don't think you should let rogues do that. I don't think you should let rogues do that. Especially a rogue like Grifka. He will take advantage of that reset. He will recuperate all those cooldowns and it's just going to be pain for you. You can't be passive like this. You just got to let the rogue... Oh, no. Jayhawk decided he's just gonna use patience here. Patience versus Brawn of the Rogue. Trying to see if he could almost get himself a setup as he goes in for a blink. Gonna be a alter time available, so you can at least remove and deny a lot of the stun lockdown by Grifka. Polymorph to follow. No more actual trinkets still available for the Rogue. Arc gets her job for Jayhawk, but probably gonna be some kind of defensive out of Grifka here. Trying to see if he can catch himself a reset, as this is gonna be a shot mode. Grifka needs to catch up to get the Rogue back into combat. Can he do it? Trying to see if he can blink around the corner. I don't know if he's able to get a dot or anything to put Grifka back in play. And I think the rogue almost catches himself a reset, but a cheeky frostbolt from around the corner doesn't. Cloaker Shadow says he misses a kick onto Jayhawk. Potentially could be really, really good for Jayhawk right now as the rogue goes in for a smoke bomb. Can he catch up to the rogue? Blinking in. Can he maybe back blink? Does he have an opportunity? Looks like the rogue caught himself a full reset, unless somehow randomly Jayhawk walks right on top of him with a shifting power, able to correct a lot of his cooldowns back to full. Grifka opening up, trying to see if he go for DFA. Doesn't get the juke out of breath out of Jayhawk. Cheap shot back to back. Gonna be a breath for Jayhawk. Does burn a trinket for this one, but I don't think he necessarily needs one to beat the rogue. Although Grifka does have double vanishes available. Could go for a blind as well. It's gonna be a vanish. Got himself some cooldowns back. Evasion as well as a blind are available. Smoke bomb coming back up very, very soon. It's gonna be Jayhawk trying to give himself a little bit extra help with that prismatic as he's gonna take a bit of damage. Able to reverse a good portion of it back, but with dampening reducing some of it, it could be rough. Ice block is expecting big damage out of Grifka, and the rogue looking to take that ice block and catch himself a reset. He still has one more vanish. He has a blind that he could use to reset. He has himself a proper resets as well. Arcane Orb actually does connect with the Grifka. Do you make a playoff for this one? No, he just actually back up. I don't think he expected for that Arcane Orb to connect as well as he did. It's almost like pinpoint accuracy, but he was mostly playing it defensively. Grifka out in the open could pick up the eyes. Jayhawk could also pick up eyes. I think for the mage, picking up eyes might actually be the play. I think he's just trying to see if he can get himself as many defenses as possible. Ring of Frost in case the rogue is hanging out by one of the eyes. There it goes. Grifka, I don't think he has enough line of sight and enough cover in order just to walk towards Jayhawk and get himself a proper sap in here. But if Jayhawk is quick, he should be able to find Grifka. and get him out in the open. He's trying to be extra careful, trying to go around the corner. Should be expecting the rogue is probably going to be camping out the second eye. If you're careful, trying to see if you go for arcane explosion. Blink available. Does have all the time for this one. So if Griff goes in for big damage, he's going to be able to reverse it. So I feel like this is where Griff is just going to go for eviscerates back-to-back. Cloak of Shadows to follow. Trying not to get interrupted by the rogue. As soon as you can get the rogue in some kind of CC, you might be in a good spot. Trick is still available. Nova to follow. Still able to get big eviscerates into you, even without a secret technique. Immediate trick by Grifka off of the pollen. We're trying to knock the rogue back. This is where Jayhawk needs to make some kind of a play. Rogue got himself a Shadow Meld for a second. Just a Shadow Strike back to Jayhawk. Does not have a lot of health to work with. Blind off of your cooldown. So there's going to be images keeping you at least in play for a little bit longer. Cheap shot available. Maybe a blink. Does have a blink last second, but there's nothing you can do. At that point, the rogue has a Shadow Strike with your name on it. There's actually nothing you can do in that situation. Forkbeard is going to be up next, man. Man, this is rough. That's a close one. Him and Grifka duel each other a lot, actually. And every time Grifka just somehow finds a way to get the upper hand on him. Getting a shot onto Forkbeard, just looking for the reset, not really trying to get himself into a play or anything like that. And Forkbeard is just going to try to see if he can play this. He tried this before. Trying to see if he can just put his back against a wall where the rogue can't really shadow step to him. But I feel like at the end of the day, that never really had a big payoff, did it? That's rough, man. Where's the OP? Where is it generally good? Generally good. Not always though. They used to be busted. Gonna be a full stun, locked out by Grifka. Even as you have your back against the wall, Grifka doesn't really need to be able to shadow step to you, shadow strike to you. He's not actually gonna fall off, I don't think, right? Unless you're like literally right off the edge with majority of the body, except for like 1 pixel. Trying to see if he can charge back in. Forkbeard is gonna want to look for a bit of recovery, but against the rogue, I don't really know. I think at this point, Griffin could just play the super slow. Trying to see if he can dodge any kind of stuns with that DFA. Doesn't quite connect, but Forkbeard not getting aggressive. Is he gonna try to get himself second wind? Yes, actually. But Grifka's not gonna let it happen. Yeah, I feel like with this, you just gotta go a little bit more aggressive on the rogue, because the warrior, you do have a lot of damage. But if we just let the rogue go for stun locks on you and you just back away every single time, you don't try to punish him after you get out of a stun, I feel like that's how you fall behind. Shifty's gonna try to see if he can shut down the rogue, but can he do it? Cloak shot is immediately for Grifka. He still has a rake bleed on him though, so if Shifty's is fast enough, he could find the rogue, does root him out of place, and it's gonna be shut him up, but I think the bleed should get him out in the open either way though. Is there no bleed? Is that the shortest bleed in the world? Or no, Cloak of Shadows probably removes the bleed, actually. Gonna be a trinket out of Shifty's. War Stomp to Grifka. Doesn't summon for a second. Barks to follow. Grifka has vanishes in case he wants to get out. Silence, but I don't think it does anything. Blind to follow. Is there still dots on Grifka? If you just get random proc to give the rogue in combat. No, the rogue does not get himself out of re-stealth at all. I think he just wants to go for a kidney shot, though. Off of Bear. If you stay in Bear, you might be okay. Evasion to follow. Try to see if you can dodge it, kind of bashes. And there goes the kidney shot. Do you have anything for this one? Do you have a Spore Cloak? That might be your only saving grace. I think Spore Cloak does activate, but it got burnt through really quickly. The rogue with the disarm. Oh, doesn't really need weapons. Just a Shuriken Storm at the end takes you out. That is rough, man. That is so rough. Grifka, I feel like it was a 1v5, but I guess it looks like 1v4. But does end up taking that game entirely. Well done, well done. But yeah, like I said, I feel like against the rogue, if you just gotta, if he opens up on you and goes to reset and you just don't punish him every single time he does that, there's literally, he's just gonna win. You have to play aggressively. You can't play passively, right? There are some moments where you should play passively, but not like, oh, he opened up and he's trying to run away from reset. I'm just gonna back away and hope that I can get a heal. That's just gonna be huge for him every single time. Mad Juice is ready. We'll see if Maru is ready. Over 9,000. What's his rating? Send me even this check PvP. What? Check PvP, is that a website? Hold on. Damn, one of my priests forgot to get the name with me. I forgot to get lead name. All good. I can try. Summon to white RP priest. They need the add-on for the 5v5 Nope. Anyone and everyone can join up. Okay, so it looks like Rimaro tried to swap out from druid to a priest, but he gave lead to whoever. Yo, whoever is the group lead that was with Rimaro or with Kabi Boy, can you join my group real quickly? Just take your 4 people, however many you have, and rejoin the group back up. Is that, or we can just form another group? We have a lot of people that are looking to get in. Yeah, I don't know who the lead is either, so I can't whisper them. I can't really whisper me either. But whoever's lead that was with Kami Boy, can you just like take your 4-man and join? In LFG, we got a group. Because if you rejoin, then I can take over. I can get Romario back in, get him on his priest, get it all set up, and we're good to go. That's like the only way I can really think of. But yeah, I don't know who's lead there. I have no idea. It's a site where you can find characters, check rating. Oh, I use Murloc. I use Murloc.io or Drustvar. That's another good one. I like Drustvar a lot. Great website. Fantastic. Whoever runs it is a beautiful, beautiful, handsome gentleman. And he has a wonderful dog. There we go. There we go. We got him in, boys. Hold on. The mage? Dude, it's Jayhawk. But the thing is, I have Jayhawk. I tried to add him on Reality, but I couldn't. Let me see if I can get you in. Hold on. Our priest. There we go. We got you. I got you. Thank you so much, Jay. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for sticking around together, boys, too. Let me pop your back the lead, and we'll be good to go, yeah? All right, Blade's Edge, man. Blade's Edge. Yo, can we send Grifka last, man? I feel like we're going to get one of those games where it's like, Rogue goes in, wipes out a squad, and I'll be salty and be like, man, Rogue's. Can you just send Grifka last? Like, as a cleanup duty, so the rest of his team could actually get a chance to play. You know what I mean? Did you see a time 20 on Evoker 1.7 IO? Dude, people are just gonna take Evokers with like literally fresh gear because they're just, it doesn't even matter if Evoker is that geared. Like the utility they offer besides just the raw buff they give, the utility of the group they provide is like incredible. You can actually carry him so easily because they're just like, well, as long as you can maintain the buff, like we're fine. And as long as you do other stuff besides damage, like that's helpful. That's actually super, super useful. You know what I mean? It's so weird, but they made such a good class, dude. But it's so good that, you know, people will take like a completely undergeared evoker into a high key just because like it's an Augie evoker. I feel like they're gonna go and make more classes like this. I feel like the Augie augmentation just pushed all the other classes out of the way, dude. Best DPS doesn't actually even do damage. That is crazy. It is so weird, but it's so good at the same time. Like, I'm split on it because my rogue is basically now down in the dumps, and rogues aren't needed if you got an augmentation evoker at all. Biggest utility class ever for a group. Used to be us, not anymore. Twitch. We are going to be first up versus Yesley. Yesley. I always messed up your name, but Yesley got himself full demonic army 4-pure. Better make an answer right now. This man is just getting absolutely savage, absolutely barraged down by the tyrant, trying to see to catch up to Yesley, but he couldn't. The Stormbolt wasn't close enough. Just absolutely surrounded as this man bringing in the army of the Burning Legion. Again, I gotta love that Night Elf Warlock aesthetic, dude. It looks so, so good. Oh my goodness, we got ourselves on the team. Kai, what's your name? Kai Shima? I'm gonna mess it up 100%. We got ourselves Guard, we got ourselves Russian Pepsi, we got ourselves Grifka. Next up is either gonna be either Shifties, either Arprees, either Jayhawk or Atlanti, but I think I'm still trying to figure out who's gonna be first, who's gonna be next. I have no idea what that means, but they're trying to figure out who's gonna be next. Looks like Jayhawk might be next one on the runnings is Yesley. Last time they versed against Jayhawk, actually, the Arcane Mage doesn't do quite super well against this army of pets, unless you can control these pets specifically. And that's going to be Yesley just sending out a Vile Fiend, sending out a Felguard, letting the scouting party go after Jayhawk, and just let him blast him out of the way before he can even get himself a chance to even close the gap. Just trying to avoid the pets, but there goes the Guard. He's on your tail, Axe Toss in the ready. Yesley could honestly push in, but he kind of likes his position when he got all his ports and everything available. Axe Toss to interrupt you with a stun right after, sending in more pets, trying to see if he can blink back, or just trying to see if he can bait out the pets. Yesley charging in while he's got himself the backline with the pets forward ahead, trying to go for a stun, doesn't quite connect. Jayhawk using the pet to actually establish a power surge or a arcane power that he can maybe go some damage onto. Yes, he got himself full touch of magic. That is going to be a big old dark layer. However, and above this, where yes, he can really tank up. He's got himself the army doing a lot of work for him. Jayhawk trying to get some cooldowns back in. Big touch of the magic. It is building up quite a bit of damage, but Jayhawk takes even more damage than that as Yesley pushes in. Axe Toss, Mortal Coil, just trying to see if he can supplement. He is basically the evoker for his demonic group. He's here just to provide extra support, extra CC, but his pets are doing majority of the heavy lifting here. It's Jayhawk trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of a reset, quick and Viz, as Yesley back in there bunkering down. I think for Jayhawk, he's got to push in, Gotta get a quick freeze on all these pets, and then blast out EST when they're all alone without no pets and nothing. That means you're gonna have to have a trinket for the mortar call, and you're gonna have to find a way to just like avoid the fears. Has to be really, really clean on your interrupts. And save and blink for that pet stun, because I think you have an opportunity to do something here. It's just you got to be very, very clean about it. So it's going to be very, very punishing compared to the warlock. But as long as they get all the demons and are getting to attack you, I mean, that's just big value. Trinket for Jayhawk, trying to see if you can get out of the stun to follow. It's going to be all the pets surrounding you. The Tyrant doesn't get much value, but at this point you might just want to run over pets. Tyrant got himself in good position. Dark Layer down as well, as Jayhawk trying to get himself a bit of a reset. That's going to be all the time able to at least reset a little bit of his health, as well as his position. Going to be pushing in onto the warlock, but he's got himself a better spot, trying to maintain the high ground versus Jayhawk. Fear to follow is trying to see if he can hide some cover behind the bridge, but that's going to be Yesli just not giving you any break whatsoever. Shield, last second axe also follow. Do you have anything at all? I think Yesli just needs to get some more pets in. Last ditch effort. Going to be Jayhawk backing up out of there with shifting power, looking for recovery. No ice block, trying to freeze his pets, but the damage is done. Yesli at this point just pushing in. He's looking in to finish you off, dude. He's got himself some demon bolts. He's ready to go. Demon bolt 1, Dreadstalkers, maybe Demon Bolt 2. That's all you need, is just let your pets do the rest of the work all the time for Jayhawk, trying to give him whatever health he can. But at this point, there's just nothing he can do. Blinking away, shields back up. He's not giving up. I do appreciate it though. I do appreciate that mage gusto. When mages do not give up, even in the face of adversity. But those vile fiends, all of these pets, it's just not really giving you that much of a winning condition. You got them with the obelisk on top of it, and those pets just empowered. Try to breath on the pets, at least able to give himself a breather. But at this point, unless you make a play right now, I think it's over, right? Or maybe it's just over. Blink, trying to see if it can maybe do something. Barrage, I think it's just done. Wait, hold on, shields. Maybe it's not done until the mage says it is done. He does have some power surge available. Does catch an abyss for a second with some food, trying to see if he can recover a little bit of health. This is the quickest recovery. Shadow Fear around the corner does get to connect. That's going to be freezing all the pets. Almost connects with that one too. Trying to go for Arcane Surge. Isn't enough. Mortar Coil. No trinket available for a bit. Does have a blink for the next stun. That's going to be that Dark Glare with those pets around you. So either you hang by the pillar and you get blasted out by the double Fell Guard, or the Tyrant that's chasing after you, or you push in and you got a Dark Glare on top of you. Trying to go for yet another Invis. This is going to be enough though. The Tyrant still knows where you are. He's got himself a Demon Bolt set up, but actually cancels it. I don't even know why. What is happening? What is going on? Yes, he's picking up the eye, and Jayhawk trying to see if he can get himself more survivability. This man is living. What's up, Alejandro? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good one. This man is definitely living. My goodness. Shift in power? Hold on. Maybe Jayhawk can get himself Ice Bug back, because if he can do that, then he could get himself survivability. Gonna be pets sunning in into a Power Surge. Arcane Surge almost connects, does himself all the time in order to make sure he can get himself a bit of a reset when it comes to overall health. Dark Pact is, yes, he just pushes in. Gonna be more missiles sent in, trying to see if he can chip away at that shield. Breath to follow is gonna be Trinket, trying to see if he can freeze the pet as well as the Warlock. Gonna be more Dreadstalkers charging in. You can still freeze the pets technically. You can still maybe make something happen. Iceblock to follow. The man does not want to give up whatsoever, as Yesli trying to make sure there's always a plan B out of the situation. Never back down, never give up. I mean, honestly, dude, when it comes to mages, that basically has to be your motto, man. You can barely live, but that is basically... I think it's only Arcane that can really do that right now, right? Technically, I guess Frost and Fire can live for quite a bit, but I feel like Arcane, with extra mobility that it's got, there's definitely some extra stuff they can do with the survivability, especially against like other magic classes. But also the melee, oh my god, I mean, the amount of times you should see her do some stuff, it's been absolutely crazy. 6 minutes into the duel, Jayhawk is still alive some way, somehow. No more icebox available. Does have himself quite a bit of arcane power saved up in case he wants to go for it. As yes, he's sending out more pests. Does go for the big interrupt. Going to be Axos to interrupt him. Wait, maybe no. Hold on. Jayhawk needs himself some survivability. Does get himself a massive miss for just a second, but that's going to be a big set of pets after him. Going of cold for just a second. All the time puts him back in the... Oh no. All the time puts him back in the kill spot though. Unfortunately, he tried his very, very best, man. Mortar Coil or Priest. All that momentum just ends up transferring from the mage onto you. And this man immediately takes a big amount of damage in the opener. Doesn't even give a chance to survive here. Dampening kind of high too, so maybe you can go for a bit of survivability. But he's going to have to play it very, very carefully. Fear on the pets needs to come out. Trying to see if he go for Fear, but a Dark Blade is going to end up kind of holding your spot. Wait, Dark Blade is going to do quite a lot of damage back to you. Trying to go for a bit of healing. Dreadstalkers with a wall available for Yesim. Void Torn, Axos interruption for a second. As Priest could be, our Priest could be in a really, really bad spot. Actually, Void Eruption follow. Do you want to push it? That's a Dark Glare blasting you out. Oh my god, as you try to go in aggressive, the Dark Glare just punishes you for every single one of your casts. It's such a good anti-caster counter pet. I feel like at that point, whenever that thing is out, you have to blast it. You have to take it out as soon as possible. It is basically the anti-counter similar to what a Doom Lord does. When the melee rushes at you and you keep swinging his axes like, you stay next to me, you're gonna get hit. With the Darkness, like, you cast him when I see you, I'm gonna keep zapping you for a good percentage of your health. Just nothing much you can do about it. Atlanta trying to get himself a little bit of a board. For him right now, he doesn't have a lot of health to work with, but last time he was able to overpower Yesley as a monk. Yes, he does have some cooldowns down for a second, but if they can get himself a big old Tyrant go with Atlanti, maybe back up out of there while the monk is out in the open without a karma that he could put onto Yesley, he might be in a good spot. But having your pet push in right now, for Atlantic can always hit that thing with an in cap, and that's going to give Yesley one less way that you can maybe go for CC. Disarm on the pet, is that what I saw? No. Trinket. Mortal Coil to follow. For Yesley, it's a good spot right now, actually. Wait a second. Karma immediately. Yesley trying to see if he can pour it out of there. Does he have a gateway? He does have a gate. For Atlanta, he doesn't really have much to work with. He has a lot of demons he's got to trudge through. He does have a Karma, so it's keeping him alive, but not for much longer. The Tyrant actually get himself some line of sight. All these Wrath Guards, the Fellhounds, everything is just starting to build up a little bit extra damage on you. With another Call Dreadstalker's up next, trying to go for an interrupt. Full burst for Atlantia available. Yes, he might just want to bail out of there as soon as possible. Atlantia just trying to see if he can maybe end this right now. Maybe Fear for Yesley. Needs some kind of survivability. Big interrupt right now for Atlantia, trying to see if he can end the duel. Oh my god, Atlantia does it again tonight, man. Every time he went up against that Warlock, he's able to take him down. No matter what happens, get that huge interrupt and takes him out of the game. This pushes in so much damage. This is why Monk has grown to be one of the stronger melee DPS right now for PvP, just in general. A lot of people are switching over to Monks right now, and they seem to be populating the ladder quite well. Just a ton of damage. In this like caster heavy environment, they can get in, they can lock a caster down, and do enough damage to guarantee a kill. Like through all of the odds, he's just playing damage versus damage right there. He doesn't get any healing either. As Kai Shima is going to be up next. I'm going to mess up your name. Oh, Kiyashima. I'm going to mess up your name. Kia. We can go with Kia, right? As Atlanta going to have to go through another Warlock. Can you do it? Summon Syed is going to be out for Kia as they are playing Destruction Warlock. Going to have to use the pet in order to maybe pull Atlanti from behind the pillar. For Atlanti, I think he may just want to chill until he's got some cooldowns available, right? No Serenity for a while, knows one for a bit. Can you maybe play up without those things? Gonna be a leg sweep. Succubus is immediately gonna catch you as soon as you go in for Fist of Fury. That's gonna be a dark pack right now for Kia. And Atlanti doesn't at least have Karma, so maybe he can make some work of this one. If he can get himself a Karma really early, as Kia is just going to push into pressure, might be pretty good for him. Mortal Coil sent in. Atlanti right now is okay, but it's going to be a fierce for Kia. Just trying to see if he can wait out the Karma as best as possible for Atlanti. He does use that opportunity, that distance, in order to actually get away. He's looking for a little bit of recovery. I think right now he's just going to have to wait until the Infernal is down. And then next time he has a big go, he might be able to make a big play. Wall up for Kia, trying to make sure he doesn't get interrupted. Full damage up right now for Atlantia, but that Ring of Peace is going to be able to boop him out of the way. Could maybe go for a Diffuse Magic. Shrink to fall. Does he have the interrupt? He does have interrupt. You can still pressure him. Oh, even if the juke, he still pushes on through and doesn't get stopped. Atlantia just keeps on powering on against these casters. Doesn't stop him. Is it going to be Guard next, potentially? Guard, maybe it's Russian Pepsi. Also, Grifka left, apparently. I didn't realize Grifka left, but it's going to be Russian Pepsi up next, trying to see if he can get himself a better angle versus Atlanti. This man's got two more to get through. Can he do it? Can he bring it back for his team as Russian Pepsi hits him with a quick in-cap, leg sweep to follow? Nothing you could really do to stop him unless he got an in-cap last second. Does have an in-cap. And Atlanti is definitely on the back foot right now, just behind on cooldowns. He doesn't have Karma for like 20 seconds. Does have a port at least. Had it set up ahead of time. Trying to see if he can get away from Russian Pepsi best he can. Trying to roll through him into another port. Russian Pepsi chasing out for him immediately. This is why Atlanti trying to see if he can play up to the range game. Does have a Ring of Peace. You can boop Russian Pepsi off of the platform actually. And I think that's maybe what he's going to try to do. Dragon Kick is going to be Russian Pepsi trying to counter him. Mobility for mobility into a disarmament to Russian Pepsi. Trying to go for kicks of his own. Karma back up for Atlanti, but he doesn't want to stick around to it because Russian Pepsi could just go for a Karma of his own. Atlanti just trying to use that defensive as best as he can. Has himself a Ring of Peace. Could maybe knock him out. It's going to be Karma back. Ring of Peace. Trying to give himself our ability. I don't know if he really can do much right now. Maybe he has himself a port available. Got himself a bit of mobility. Just trying to see if he can live for a little bit longer. He got himself Serenity very, very soon. Fist of Fury out. Oh, Touch of Death. Oh, as he ported Touch of Death again, dude. That's twice now. Where's his body even? He just disappears. He just disappears. He ends up porting somewhere like out in the center. But it's like the body is gone. The spirit is the only thing that's left, and it just floats away. My goodness. But Shifty is going to be the last one over on the team 1, trying to see if he can fight through the monkeys, but he also got a warrior to get through. Dampen is kind of high, so nobody's really going to get any healing. Shifty, if he can keep the monk out in the open, I think he can actually win this. Going to be leg sweep, trinket it maybe a little bit early, but that gives Russian Pepsi an opportunity to go for a full setup, as it's going to be a war stump right after. Shifty's, does he have anything to follow? Disarm onto Pepsi, but not much you can really stop when it comes to disarm. Only if it's a fury. The rest of them are just kicks. You're not wearing weapons on your feet. Unless you count your shoes as weapons. There's a man, got himself a little bit of survivability. Pepsi pushing in with a bit of defensive, but I think it might be over unless he can maybe get the touch of death. He only used one though, so he's gonna have to get a little bit more damage. Needs a big rising sun kick or something. Got himself a bit of a damage setup. Shifty's with a bit of self-healing, but it's not really healing him much of this idea, but it's gonna be a bit of a knockup. Surges, maybe enough right now. In cap last second, does he have it? Oh, no health. Oh, Shifty's does end up taking him down. Got himself the heart of the wild, but there's nothing you're gonna be able to do at this high dampening. My goodness, it really came down to the wire. And oh my god, Yesley is just absolutely pumping damage into these boys. 8 million damage as a Demonology Warlock. These pets, I feel like we see Demon Warlock come back into the meta and they kind of fade back a little bit, come back in, fade. I don't think they're ever bad. I think they just step away from the spotlight, honestly, compared to some of the other casters, at least in the duels. Let's get us another going, boys, yeah? One left, we could swap them. We could swap them out. All Gucci, no worries. Because we got a couple of boys that are looking for a spot. Invite, pass me lead, I'll take care of the rest. Bonk, what's the bonk? Bonk so true. Those are nerve bonk, yeah, you heard me correctly. Because it's too much damage, never die, basic balance druid but melee. Wait, because it's too much damage and you never die, basic balance druid but melee. Wait, hold on, what's bonk then? It depends what we're talking about when we say bonk. Here we go. Let me see. Let me message some of these guys. Spot opened up. I'm gonna give it a second. Malfurin also wants to play Soto's Ren. I'm gonna give Abe a second here. Hey, just got a spot open. I'm gonna try to see if I can hit back up some of the boys that I have in the real ID here really quickly. The monk versus boom, but melee. Bonk is monk. Oh, wait, what? Bonk is OP. Bonk is monk, and monk is boomy but melee. Huh? I don't really know what that's supposed to be. Is that like some kind of combo? I'm trying to think. Is that an ability I'm thinking of, or is it just like what? I don't really know. Malfury, we can get you in. By the way, telling him team lead at a stealth until his duel starts. Kind of cringe to wait for 2 minutes. Team and duel versus rogue. Oh, okay. Yeah. If you got a rogue on your team, don't have him in stealth, boys. Yeah. If you got Rook in there, yeah, don't be a stealth unless it's like you're dueling. Just to make sure that the other team knows they're not going up against a rogue. Let's get Ren in here, yeah. Let me in. Trying to invite, but it's not letting me. Trying to invite, but it's not letting me. Hold on. Is that a thing I gotta do? No. Hold on. Because I'm right clicking your name, Ren. Hold on. Just to check and see it. I'm right clicking and the invite is grayed out. Yeah, give it a nickname. He just given monk nicknames, I think. Okay. An A? Hold on. Is Ren an A? Hold on. Oh, I assumed you were EU. Wow, my brain. Come on. I rolled a natty one just now, dude. My brain, what the hell? Intellect. Got a disadvantage of that one, apparently. What is going on here? I would check as well. Dude, it only should have like some kind of like identifier, like when I write to somebody on Real ID, like they have an A or E or whatever. Because I have like my BNet is like multiple people on there. Hey, got a spot open if you want in. IDK if you are in or not. I'll write him a few in really quickly. I don't know if he's in or not, but I know that he was like, yo, totally I want to join up. Abe, I wrote him, he didn't say much. I'm in. Oh, okay. Well, let's get invite then, because we got a one more spot then. Ampy, no, Anto, oh no, he's not in. I'm Atlanti. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. My brain, no good tonight. It really isn't, dude. My brain is not good tonight. Arbus, do I invite you? Aspect? Who? PvE Andy. No, I'm not gonna invite him. I mean, I want to. He could join if he wants to, but it's just like, I started giving people name PvE Andy. Cloak, do you want to join him by chance? We got a spot. Gun Goddess. Ashin? Is that someone who joins the groups regularly? Kalari? I'm trying to remember who joins in Kodako. Wait, we have Kodako before, right? Hey, Kuda. So we hosting some 5V5 1v1 duels. Want in? Hold on. I whisper Kodako. We got ourselves Athel. Oh, I want to invite my homie now. Athel, man. Okay, if Kodako doesn't whisper me in like 15 seconds, I'm inviting Athel. Like, I'm just gonna. What's up, Brand? Dude, I know. Dude, tomorrow we do more tomorrow. Same time as this, but tomorrow. We can definitely have you join, yeah? Oh my god, my man Athel. Oh, no. Okay, Kodaka just hit me with a no. Kiosko! Okay, hold on. We gotta both of you play. Oh, Kiosko, no. Okay. Kodaka is no, so I'm gonna set him as no in my notes. Next time I'm gonna look through some of the people that, because sometimes I like invite some of you guys and some of you just have me added on Real ID just to have me added, just to say hello once in a while. But some of you don't want to like duel at all. So when I go through my friends list, I'm like, hey, you want to join? And it's like, no, I'm PvE Andy, or like, nah, I'm not really. So it's like I gotta make sure I set a note for like, okay, I can have you added, but you don't join duels, so I know not to ask you ahead of time. Because otherwise I feel like I do that every single week. I ask you every week, and it's just like, come on, man, you asked me last week. But it's like, I'm dealing with so many names, man. I can't remember all of you. The list, we're gonna make priest lead. Otherwise, you can also make Athel lead. And we're good. Alrighty, let's get us going. One going. What arena did we do? We've done Nagran, we've done Rook, we've done Blades. We're gonna do Tigers, maybe? I kind of like Tigers Peak. I don't know what it is. Have fun. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate you, my man. Boys, hopefully all of you are having a wonderful evening, by the way. How many of you guys picked up Baldur's Gate 3 this week, by the way? I know I did. I've had it since, like, what, the early access. Oh my god, man. It's been a while since I played a game that I'm, like, so into. Like, I played Diablo and I had a good time with it. But it wasn't like, oh man, I want to keep playing Diablo over WoW kind of deal, right? I played it. It was really fun. And it definitely, like, I get the itch once in a blue moon. But it's like, I could play Diablo. I could do my dailies in WoW. Either one's fun. But Baldur's Gate, man, oh my god, dude. It's been a bit. Last time, I think it was Divinity that gripped me so hard when it comes to a game. And that was the same guys that did the Baldur's Gate. So I've been playing that recently. Seriously, it's really fun. If you're looking for a game, that one's worth the $70 from what I've been playing so far. That's definitely worth. Not a lot of games are worth you $70, but that one definitely is. Alrighty, so Twitch. My man Atho, I better be seeing you. Oh yes, yeah, the lumberjack, dude, the green lumberjack. Wait, that's actually so good. So he had to do a trial style thing, and the prompt was make me laugh. So he went for like this full like green lumberjack look, and I'm a big fan of this one. The man gonna try to see if he can cut down Russian Pepsi as this man. I mean, dwarves are kind of like a stump, right? This is gonna try to see if he can uproot the stump that is the dwarf. Gonna be in cap in the openers. Pepsi pushing in, wants to go for leg sweep immediately. I thought, is he playing with adaptation? Or I guess so, right? Or maybe not. Does he just play double trinket? Immediate human racial for this one. Let's play into a non-crusade actually. just a normal set of wings. As Pepsi trying to see if he can find himself a better angle. Full stun by Atha, trying to see if he can crack those defenses, not playing in for a full crusade, so he's still going to have quite a bit of damage. This is going to be his burst every single minute, so as long as Pepsi has an answer for that, you might be okay, but if he doesn't, Atha is going to have so much more consistency than most paladins out there. Trying to see if he can chase in. Pepsi looking for a bit of recovery. In cap to follow, just trying to see if he can buy himself a little bit more breather. Looking for all those cooldowns going back up little by little. That is Serenity down for the man right now. Maybe just going to wait until the next leg sweep is available. So for Atha, he might just want to push in and wait until he gets himself a full big go. That's going to be maybe 20 seconds on wings available. Trying to see if he can keep himself alive. Zuen joining, so it's going to add a little bit extra pressure. It's going to go for a stun onto Pepsi. Could be a trinket potentially, as Athaman doesn't really go in for a final wreck just yet. Did go in for a stun, but no wreck to combine that together with into a leg sweep right after. Not enough damage for Pepsi, but Athaman should be okay. Wall together with Shield of Vengeance does have some plenty of defense to follow, as Pepsi just unleashed a barrage of fists. Zuen does end up fading away. Next time could be very, very deadly. And Retro Pepsi will not have a trinket for this one. Wait a second, this could be really good for the Paladin right now. Since you did use the Dark Iron Racial, it does put your Karma on cooldown. Could be potentially big defensive immunity out of Atha. Doesn't want to give it up just yet. That is going to be a Spore Cloak right after. Try to keep himself alive as best he can. Stun. Does he have himself a big go? Looks like he wants to go for a bit of recovery off of that stun. Does he maybe have himself a good setup? Might be an immunity here right now. Does go for a blind? No bubble just yet. Wait a second. This could be really, really close for Atha. Got himself a full set of wings. Wants to see if he can barrage down the hammers onto Pepsi, but he's not really able to reconnect there just yet. Having to build up a lot of resources and use those wings more defensively rather than offensively. As Pepsi trying to avoid that entire wings burst for the time being. Does some in cap. Serenity available. Leg sweep as well, so it could be pretty bad. Might be a bubble out of Atha. Does go for the bubble while wings are active. And this is where Pepsi just wants to back up out of there while the immunity is active. Doesn't want to be touched by Paladin at all. Just as a bail out of there. Wait for some cooldowns, come back in, got himself quite a bit of a bite, trinket out of the sun to follow. Atha might actually be in a bad spot. Does he himself laying hands maybe? Does himself wall together with Shield of Vengeance with a final wreck right after. Maybe enough damage versus the monk. Doesn't go for the board that he needed. He tried to see if he can get himself a good board, but I think he ended up porting into a wall. Atha trying to see if he can swing around the ring of peace. Could be anyone's game right now. Actually, hold on. Lay on hands for Atha. Does he have a stun? Pepsi with a dwarf. Not dwarf and racial. Oh, Fort Brew. That's what it is. Confuse that together with a dwarf racial, like the normal dwarf, not the dark iron. Gonna be judgment sent in. See the miss out for Pepsi. Looking for a bit of recovery. No trigger for a while. Wings available. Is this gonna be the full burst of the Paladin? Does Pepsi get to survive this? Has himself a karma in case he wants to use it. Could be Athaman's blessing of protection moment though. Potentially that, or maybe even Spell Warden. I'm not sure which one is better though in that situation. Does end up zooming out of there with Atha having to mount up and try to chase after the guy. Got himself at least a ton of mobility to escape the Paladin. Quick in cap. Zuen available with a leg sweep, so maybe could make something happen off of this one. Does go for the Dark Iron Racial really early on here, but I don't think Athaman has himself a stun to cover himself. Should have a blind though potentially though, so might be able to go for a blind and then set himself up a stun right after. For Pepsi, he's got himself a good spot, trying to see if he can get Athaman to cast some heals, and it's going to be able to put pressure. Probably going to get himself a blessing of protection out of the guy, if not Spell Warden. Stun to follow. Does not have big damage. Final wreck. Shield of Vengeance maybe could make some kind of a play. In cap for a second as Pepsi trying to see if he can bail out of this. Shield of Vengeance does end up fading. And it's right now a little bit of a back and forth between the two. Karma right after Atha is going to have to use Blessing of Protection. So Pepsi, if anything, was able to get everything out of the Paladin. Wings available too. So if you can avoid him as best as possible, you're going to be a great spot. Ring of Peace is going to be able to boop the guy away. As long as you can deny the value of those wings, you'll be just fine. Next stun could be really deadly though. Blind right after. Does he go for a trinket? He does not. Athaman, Searing Glare, wants to make sure that the Russian Pepsi cannot go counter offensive for a moment here. Next trinket, going to be able to break out of it. Human Racial for Atha might be in a bad spot. Stun onto Pepsi, but I think it might just be overtouching that to follow. That is unfortunate. Pepsi was able to avoid him the entire time, trying to see if he can just bail away from the guy and use the mobility. Dampening getting kind of high too right now with 22% dampening off of that one. Plus Pepsi on top of it has himself the Rising Sun Kicks to add on like 25% more on top of it. So the healing is actually quite in a disadvantage of the Paladin. Gonna be Atlanta catching in cap. Pepsi no trinket available. I think it's just gonna be a big one bag over, right? I think it's just gonna be everything he needs. Mad kick! Pepsi barely survives. Atlanta trying to see if he can get back over there. Another board. Does have himself board back up. Ring of Peace to follow. Able to get away from the guy. Wait a second, that's actually huge. huge. There's Atlanta trying to see if he can get back over there into a disarm, but the man still has himself a big dragon kick, just needs to go for a quick jab. Got himself Zuen chasing after him, in cap to follow, backing up out of there as best as he can. Wunwaka definitely gonna get nerfs. It actually already has Atham, and their Rising Sun kick did get like a 9% damage nerf. But I could totally see more nerfs in the future. That is a class that's picked up a lot of steam recently. It's got a lot of more popular when it comes to high-end PvP arenas. As Rush and Pepsi got himself full karma, trying to see if he could put Atlanta at the bay, and maybe got himself some coolness coming back up a little by little, right? Leg super available. Atlanta has himself a trinket. This is where maybe Russian could push in. He got himself serenity and everything. So if you can maybe lock him down with a Fist of Fury, he'll be in a great spot. Leg sweep in cap first. Atlanta trying to wait out until their leg sweep is back up. Do they have a go? They don't have the biggest go ever, but they're definitely going to try to see if they can make a play. Gotta be Pepsi with an in cap. Have himself a leg sweep. Atlanta has himself a trinket immediately for this one. Do they use it? Does use it. Karma reversal. Pepsi doesn't want to build into the karma, even though he's just called into his own. Trying to use the mobility in order to get the hell out of dodge. Look at the mobility of Monk into a ring of peace, but that's going to port him back. Oh, what a port. That is so good. Puts him completely in a different spot. Atlanta is able to at least catch up to it quick, able to react fast, in cap to follow him. You have a big Fist of Fury. Fist of Fury for Fist of Fury as it is already. Trying to see if he can hit him in the back with the fist. Oh, is going to go for a roll. In cap catches him and plays Pepsi backing up out of there. Between the control and the mobility and the defensives and the self-healing, this class is actually just nuts right now. And Atlanta being matched up 1-to-1 mano right now with Pepsi. Trying to find a way to get around this man as best as he can. Pepsi got himself a board available and everything. Fist of Fury flying in. Leg sweep to follow. Does himself another Fist of Fury as well into a full Thunder Fist. Atlanta does himself no leg sweep for a while. Man, the mobility is just incredible. Does get a jab over to him with an cap right after him. And Atlanta leg sweep. Maybe Pepsi turns this around somehow. Got him some big damage. Massive kicks with a karma to follow, trying to make it hard for Atlanta to really do much. Atlanta could maybe build up some of the karma and reverse it back with the reverse magic. I think that's what they're maybe trying to go for. If they can reverse it, they might be okay. Dampen Harm after it. Pepsi also with the Dampen Harm. Gonna be ring of peace. Booping him back in. Trying to keep each other nearby. Atlanta is the one on the back foot right now. Wait a second. Does Pepsi somehow turn this around? Wait a second. This man charging in. Dark Iron Rachel used up. Using the Zued just a jab over to him. And that's going to be jabs back to Atlanta. Roll right after. Big kicks to follow. Karma to follow. Into a touchdown. Trying to see if he can break through a touchdown. They're going to do it. Oh! Atlanta's touchdown barely kept him alive. That was a full touch of death that he sent into that karma. Trying to see if he could break past that karma and take out the monk before he gets taken out. That was incredible. That was so close. That was a long match too between the two monks, by the way. What an unkillable melee, man. What is this? The mobility, the self-heals, the damage? Definitely worth investing into if you're looking for a strong melee for PvP, boys. This thing is just on a whole nother kind of level. You either got yourself, you got fantastic defenses, honestly. You can either outrun the enemy, hide behind the pillar, get yourself a little bit of escape from pain, or rotate a variety of defenses in order to escape from pain. This is going to be Atlanta trying to see if he can maybe escape. Yes, he can. He do it though. Got him some plenty of mobility. This is going to be a port. Yes, they're pushing in. Normally they're not this aggressive, but the demons trying to swing around one side. Maybe pincer maneuver, ring of peace on one hand, maybe keeping a good portion of their army, but that Tyrant is actually able to get a couple of big demon bolts in. Atlanta trying to see if he can maybe end this right now. Can he do it? Does he have anything whatsoever? I think he just maybe over Shadow Meld. Oh, Dragon Kick, trying to see if he can use a Shadow Meld in order to get himself a quick escape. Vivifies back-to-back Axos, I think it's just over, right? There's nothing he could do unless he somehow lives. Unless he just somehow survives either way. They're trying to give himself a little bit of survivability. Oh, yeah. That's rough, man. That is rough. Yes, they get hit with the silence to follow right after. Our priest is going to be up next, but it's going to be all these demons surrounding him. Together with an obelisk, goes in for Shadow Meld. Actually takes the page out of Atlanta's book. Just use Shadow Meld. Get himself out of the combat for a second, get back in there. Wow, that was pretty cool. I feel like that was pretty cool from a viewer perspective, but I imagine anyone that was actually in that match fighting against monks was just like, oh my god, the amount of mobility I have to play around with. As a paladin, I always think paladins like got better mobility since, I don't know, since like end of WoD, right? Since end of WoD, like paladin's mobility has been kind of sluggish. But man, even though they got like a few more tools in Dragonflight, nothing can match up to a monk. Literally one of the most, if not the most mobile classes in the game right now. Gotta be. As RP is trying to see if he can recover. Yes, he's still putting in the pressure. The demons are not really letting you up at all. Trying to go for Shadow Crusher in the corner. That's going to be your Aegis procking in. Going to be a shield for Yes. And trying to go for a bit of fears as he's trying to set up some big demonic army setup going on. RP's looking for the disperse, but 56% dampening. You ain't healing much. Tyrant join in. Mortical does get a juke it. That Tyrant's still going to do a lot of damage. Mind games to follow. Void Eruption. Does Tyrant pay attention to the mind games? I think he still technically does. Trying to go for Shadow Bolts. But can you do it? Tyrant blasting you out of the way. Stun. Oh, yes, he does end up getting hit with the stun. Jayhawk looking to end the zone right now. Big battle mass trigger for Yes, and trying not to get juked out right now. Jayhawk pushing in. He got himself the advantage. He was trying to make a play here. Axe toss for a second, locking him out for a moment. That's going to be Darkglare joining in. If you're going to be fighting out with Darkglare, that's not going to be great for you. And Yes, and trying to see if he can push you up into that Darkglare. Trying to make a fight in front of that thing to add a little bit extra damage. The man does himself Dark Pact as you're going for missiles. That's going to be quite a bit of damage Jayhawk is going to take to the face though. Invis for a moment, trying to go for another Fear, catches him through Invis though. How do you catch him with a Fear through Invis? What was that? Into a Shadow Fear right after, Dreadstalkers to follow, does himself a blink, at least as long as you can get yourself an army rolling in, you'll be fine. Axe toss for a second, Jayhawk could go for a cast, but he cannot get interrupted anymore. But for Yes, there's plenty of demons, does have a control over those with roots, that's going to be perfect. If you can just control the demons with anything you got, breath, root, anything available, you're going to be in a great spot. Yes, he just needs to buy himself enough time. As Jayhawk got himself Ice Block in case he wants to do it. Polymorph to follow. Axe toss, maybe? Arcane Surge, does have a trick at last second. Is that enough though? It's going to be a potentially Fear. Is it going to short it? Oh no, Jayhawk just got him some full damage onto the Warlock, was able to take him out. With Guard up next. Charging in, Stormbolt onto Jayhawk. Does get himself an out for a second. Might want to go for it doesn't even matter. Has himself an Ice Block, but Guard just had himself so much burst within like a blink of an eye. Nothing he can do about it. Gonna be a disarm, but Shifty says he actually does get reflected disarm on himself. Bash onto Guard. He does himself plenty of defense though. Walking out of the silence to make sure that he can actually use some of his like abilities. Some of his warrior abilities actual shouts, and if you silence, you can't use some of them, like Rattling Cry or Fear, for example. I don't know about their Enrage Regen. That could be a different one though. A Shift is trying to get himself a little bit of a cast. It's going to be charged around the corner. Guard doesn't have much health to really work with. Got himself Reflect. Reflect the Star Surge last second. Just needs a couple more executes. That's all he needs. Does he have any more healing? Trick it out to break out of the Fear, but I think Shifties does have all this arcane collapsing around him. And Kai going to be the last one left as a Destruction Warlock. I love how after this monk to play, it's just like a barrage of just blasting damage on everybody, and Kai trying to give this man a little bit of an honor duel at 71% dampening. You're not going to get a lot of healing. Maybe if you go bare form when you go for Friends of Region, you might be able to get a little bit more health, but the man is trying to give you as much of an honor duel as humanly possible by the looks of it. I like that. Kai trying to make it as even of a match as we can. A class can have everything: great self-healing, can upgrade burst grip ability. The weakness used to be survivability, now that I have any. Dude, it is rough, Atho, but there's a reason why a lot of people are switching over to melee as a monk recently. Out of all the melee, monk is like the play right now. There's got to be a reason, right? Prior to that was on Holy DK, but the system like kind of nerfed him a little bit, and they fixed the bug to let him one shot. Hopefully they fix it at least, or don't worry about it. If that is true. Immortal Call to follow Fear right after. Kai trying to see if he can barrage Shifties with an Infernal dropping in Shadow Fury. Does get interrupted with the to follow. It's gonna go for a Trinket. Shifty's trying to use the mobility in order to reposition. Casbot is gonna punish him though pretty high. That's gonna be a Dark Layer on top of it as well. Kai pushing in. Can he do it? Potentially. He got himself Casbots. He just needs to get a couple of those in. Maybe even Conflict Rates. Cyclone to follow does not have a Trinket. Shifties does get interrupted. This high to dampening. You can't really go for self-healing right now. I think it's just over. Shifty's just trying to regrowth, but you're literally just gonna die to the what is it? The Infernal. Just his Immolation Aura. I think it's over, right? I don't know how you can come back from this. Unless you catch yourself a restyle somehow. Mortal Call sent in. Trinket out of this one. Does not have a restyle, so he doesn't have a Shadow Build or anything. Regrowth, it's not gonna help you. 80% dampening, you ain't healing. This Kai charges in, that's it. I feel like you had to go super aggressive there. And man, my goodness. I honestly thought monks got more than one there, but it was a Longbow versus Atho, wasn't it? That's crazy. Let's get us another one going here, boys, yeah? One of us. How come we haven't seen a Hunter? Well, I was gonna get Kiosku in these, but Athaman signed up a little bit before Kiosku. But I definitely want to give Kiosku a chance to play tonight if possible. Magis is ready. Alrighty. We got 3 left. Okay, invite. I can get more. Kioskum, got a spot. We got 2 spots, boys. We got 2 spots. We'll get you guys in. Go left. Atho is in. Awesome. Jayhawk is in. And our priests are in. Awesome. Boys, groups are up. If you guys want to join, well, welcome to. Where's my man? I want to see if Kaiser is on. What about, oh, Kiosku. There we go. Hey, you guys are like, hey, where the hunters are at? We got one. We got one. Solves everything. No, for real. The more the merrier, honestly. We had Kedem last week, though, too. I like to get Kedem if possible, too. Hi, Dal. Been a minute. What's up, Ashley? How you doing, my man? And Knockwood. There we go. 2 hunters. I'm a healer main. Will fully heal gear. Oh, no, Rumaru. Yeah, there's only so much you can really do in that case. At least, like, healer gear. Like, what do you stack? Haste? I'm pretty sure a lot of healers stack haste. So, as long as you stack it at least, like, a decent stat, like, you might be fine. Good, Yim. I'm doing pretty good, Ashy. I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate, playing some WoW, doing some duels right now. Having a good time, honestly. Got a project I'll be working on tonight. You know, Mastery as a Shadow Priest might not be the worst, because of you get quite a bit of damage out that way. But yeah, haste might be just a little bit more optimal, but it's still pretty close, right? But Mastery Versa, no haste, that might feel pretty sluggish, actually, when you think about it. Yeah, that could be kind of feels bad. Alrighty, let's get ourselves our priest lead, and we'll switch over to do we do Lordaeron? Lord Iron. Oh no, hook point maybe? We'll do Lordaeron. I like Lordaeron. Good, Yim. I joined those more on my Shadow Priest. Go for it, my guy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I've been having a fantastic time, and we're spending a lot of it over in Faerun playing some Baldur's Gate 3, man. It's been a while since I found a game that I'm like can get lost in, man. Normally WoW is the game for me where I can just like keep playing it forever and ever and ever and ever into the late hours of the night and just like forget that, oh yeah, I was supposed to sleep, or oh yeah, I forgot to eat today. That's the game that I've been playing, man. Baldur's Gate 3 has been absolutely insane. Good though. Hell yeah, dude. During Battle of my main was a hunter, and I'm constantly running one again, like simple ult. Dude, I think having like an ult that's a hunter is fantastic. I'm always gonna have a hunter ult at all times. There's no point of not having one. Hopefully Kiosko actually does get in. I think it's maybe a bit of a DC issue or maybe some lag issue, but hopefully he's able to pop in here in just a moment, so we don't have just like a 4-man. I want to see my man play at some point. Switch. Got ourselves team 2 ready to go. As we got ourselves Griffco on that team. We got Pepsi. We got ourselves Guard ready to go to Furious Warrior. Kind of a mix and match of the Mugs. Kai, I think, going to be first up for him, as well as Yesley, our first son. So Kai being first up. With Jayhawk on that team 1. We are missing one more beautiful butterfly. But Jayhawk is going to be first up. Got himself full burst Arcade Surge, almost connecting, but somehow canceled it out, I guess. Maybe trying to see if he can juke out. I'm probably just trying to juke out the pen. Big Kids will punish it right now. Jayhawk can either go for cast and try to see if he can not get juked, that or just eating Infernals to the face. Honestly, between a rock and a hard play, he's going to have to find a way to clear all that out, clear the rubble. This is going to be a big old Kids flying in. Got himself an Ice Block. How much to go for a big defensive really early on? Maybe that'll help him cool off against this big Infernal. As Kai just sending out some incinerates. As long as he doesn't get interrupted, he's going to be okay. Nice fear as Jayhawk tried to go for a bit of damage of his own. That's no interrupt available. Kai actually could take full damage. It's going to be a reflect in a second. Maybe he couldn't spell steal it. Tried to go see if he could maybe go. He tried to go for an interrupt onto that spell steal. Wait a second. Oh my god. Kai's taking. Oh, Kai's did just so much damage. Jayhawk tried to go for a reflect, interrupt himself so he can get the precognition buff on himself, but he also got precognition onto Kai, and Kai is just like, all right, Casbolt, it's just done. He tried to go. A lot of mages have been doing this recently. Is whenever they see an enemy with a spell steal, they'll throw an interrupt just so they can get a precog, and that gives him immunity to CC and quite a bit of damage in general, and it just pushes in a lot of pressure, and just the enemy just melts. It's kind of good, but there, I guess another caster. Oh, bit of a double-edged sword, because now you can't CC the guy, but also you can't get CC'd. So it's just a DPS race, and it's a Desert Warlock with full burst. That's going to be Kai. Actually, same Desert Warlock backing up out of this. Our priest is going to end up putting pressure into the guy. Shadowcrusher around the corner. I think the dots are set in. Trying to go for a bit of a fade by the looks of it, just to see if he can dodge any attacks, maybe water calls. And actually might have been able to dodge something. As Kai taking a bit of damage over time, and my man Kioskin does get to low back in. Oh my, what is this staff he got going on? What is that thing? Is Kai trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a reset, actually. Shadowcrusher around the corner, trying to get away from Priest as best as he can. Stunned right after Fear to follow. Got himself full go. Kai with a Dark back, able to at least reduce some of the damage taken, but also the shield actually keeps him in that Fear for a little bit longer, since you're not taking direct health damage. That shield you created actually stops you from breaking that CC. Funny enough, Trinket immediately for R-Priest onto that Fear. Needs himself just a little bit more of a setup versus Kai. Maybe a couple of procs. He does need to get himself the full Devouring Plagues, and maybe together with a big channel of Void, Torrent, or maybe even a channel of even just Mind Flay Insanity does quite a bit of damage. It's going to be an interrupt onto our priest. Should be actually free to get some damage cast onto Kai. Definitely should go super aggressive once he can get himself some damage. Void Torrent to follow. Kai with a reflect. Our priest is going to back up out of that. It's going to be Tentacles attacking Kai for just a second. As long as you can just deal with the reflect and get some cast into Kai, you'll be golden. Wait, Kai's taking lots of big hits. There goes our priest. Does end up slaying him, devouring him with a Shadow of Death. Taking him out. Grifka gonna be up next over for the team too. Looks like they're sending this guy out a little earlier, huh? I thought we decided that Grifka was gonna go last though for that team, but apparently not. Gonna be Ice picked up our Priest with a stun. Grifka go for a Trinket in case he wanted to. Fear. Priest tried to get super aggressive with his cooldowns. Maybe even force a Trinket out of Grifka. Gonna be a stun. Does not have an answer. Is gonna go for a Disperse. I think he might have. Was that a secret technique? It's hard to tell. I can't really track secret technique at the top right of the chat whatsoever. But our priest is gonna have to find a way to play around Grifka, throwing out Shadow Crash, but doesn't quite get the damage in. Remember Frisky from those couple months back? I do. Dan, how you doing? You want to join Frisky by chance, or maybe you want to ask Frisky? I don't remember the name super well, but I do remember the name Frisky. I think it was a hunter. I believe it was a hunter. Our priest charging in. Fear onto Grifka actually does get some CC on him ahead of time. Shadow Crash to follow. Could go for Mind Blast, stun, maybe something out of Grifka. He's just chipping away to himself little by little. If anything, Grifka does end up going for a little bit of a heal into a cheap shot into our priest. Does have a tentacle on him, but should be able to get quite a bit of pressure onto the priest. Aegis does give him quite a massive shield with 90% dampener. Gives him lots of survivability. Trying to keep himself alive as best as he can, but also trying to get interrupted on Holy. Honestly, getting interrupted on Shadow and Holy, which one is worse? Grifka kind of lowish on health. Cloak of Shadow's not available. Blind. Our priest does shrink it out of it, but doesn't quite catch Grifka, as it is going to be vanished out of the rogue, and is looking for a little bit of recovery right now. Grifka still has dots though. If you're careful, oh, sad to follow, but still got dotted. Wait a second, you can still maybe make something happen. Looks like there's a doubt into our priest as well, potentially. Grifka, does he get an escape? No, he doesn't. It's going to be fade for a second. Cheap shot either way though. Our priest does he have himself a big go. Onto Grifka. Secret technique gets a lot of damage. Maybe you could do something. Oh, that's eviscerates. I'm just slamming him down. Doesn't give him a breather whatsoever. And Atha looks like it's charging out next. Grifka running all the way back to the room. Are you gonna let the rogue out? Are you gonna let the rogue leave? Or are you just gonna tag the rogue? I don't know if you should. Wait, you tag the demon. Oh, that's unfortunate. Maybe random consecration? I was gonna say maybe random consecration. But no, I think he's trying to apologize to you yesterday. He's like, oh, sorry, I hit you, demon. I'm so sorry about it. Grifka is gonna skulk over to the corner as a rogue trying to hide away from the light that is the paladin, trying to take it to the shadows really quickly. It's gonna go for a cheap shot onto Atham. Maybe big damage. It's gonna be a wall for Atham right after. Grifka trying to make a big play. Disarm into Atham. That is gonna be blind for the paladin though. He wants to go for a bit of flash of lights, but a 27% dampening. Shadow mode out of the rogue. Athens gonna have to be very careful. No trinket, actually trinket available for the rogue, so you can always have an escape. But Athens playing into the normal wings though. He's playing into the minute-long wings, not the crusade wings. So you could make a play, force Trinket out of the Grifka with the minute wings, and then get another stun on him a minute later. You could potentially win this. You're gonna have to be very careful with your bubbles though. He's gonna go for the human racial, stun to Grifka. He's gonna force the Trinket out of him. Do you have anything? Shield of Vengeance available. Grifka does have a Cloak of Shadows coming back up. Gouge for a moment, but it looks like Atham is still taking some dot damage. Grifka trying to avoid him in a smoke bomb blind right after Atham and cannot get out of the blind. But next, go by Grifka. He should probably have himself a bubble bop, anything available. Grifka does not have any dots though. And after, oh wait, someone got Grifka out. Wait, Judgment, what is this? How'd you catch a re-stealth? You literally got hit by Judgment and you caught a re-stealth. What is this? Atho at least is able to punish it with a couple of judgments at a distance though. As long as you keep in combat some way, somehow, you'll be maybe okay. Just catches re-stealths. What is this? I feel like whenever I play a rogue, and if I catch like a clean reset, sometimes the game randomly gets me out of stealth. But the Grifka is just like, he gets hit by ability literally head on, and you still catch a reset either way though. Stun to Grifka, does not have a trinket for this one. Does Atha have a big go right now? Does not have wings to follow up. He's going for quite a bit of damage rather than self-healing. And I think Grifka may just have him right now. Trying to see if he can back away from the rogue, looking for those flashy heals. But at this high dampening, especially with the rogue wound poison, you're not really going to be able to get too much recovery right now, as this is going to be a sap. First aid, does not have a human racial, forbearance for a while. I think it just might be done for Atha right now, right? If Grifka has himself like a proper go, the longer he waits, the harder it's gonna be. Interrupt onto Atho, doesn't quite connect. Atho got himself Shield of Vengeance. That's where Grifka wants to go for that Shadow Sip if possible, wants to see if he can juke out Atho. Gotta be wings available for Athaman. Blasting out Grifka. Wants to go for a full stun onto Atha. Forbearance is available this time around. Cloak of Shadows right now. Should be able to bop him. Bop comes out. Gonna be vanished by the rogue, but he does go for a blind. Wait, Consecration gets him out. Stun. Wait a second. Wait, I think he just got him. Wait a second. Does he go? Does he live? The rogue gets cheat death. Vanish to fall available. Could use it in case he wants to. Wait. There goes the Vanish. I was about to say, wait, did he mess up his Vanish? But no. He actually did have a Vanish available. Battlemaster Trick is still available for Atho. Maybe could go for a Lay on Hands. I don't know if Griff got himself a big go here. I think it might just be done. Wall. Maybe that keeps you alive. Lay on Hands if you have it. Oh no, that is so rough. That is so close. Oh my goodness. I honestly thought Atha would have had that one, man. I honestly thought that would have been over. Flare down. Grifka does get caught. Does he go for a Hunter's Mark? He definitely should. Noakwood. No. He doesn't go for Hunter's Mark. Oh, that's a missed opportunity right there. Because you could have just had the yourself line of sight of the rogue the entire time. You got no cloak, nothing. This is why you definitely should have Hunter's Mark. At least for PvP, like ready to go, assigned to a key that's super, super easy to press. Because that can be super useful against a variety of classes, man. But that's going to be a missed opportunity. Has himself eyes in case he wants to. Grifka is super, super far away, hanging around behind the tombstone back here. Absolutely just chilling. And Nukkud, I guess he's just going to have to wait for Grifka. But the rogue can just sit behind the pillar. He's actually just sitting behind the pillar, letting all his cooldowns come back. Literally just sitting there behind all the... Alright, it's one of those games, I guess. Oh my goodness. Did it really? Dan, I'm so sorry to hear that. Wow. That is crazy. That, the kind of news I would have never expected. That is crazy. My condolences. Holy cow. Getting shot by Grifka onto Nukkud. Got himself a freezing trap. Doesn't even matter. Trick it to rogue. Mad damage on Nukkud. I think he's just done. Wait for fortification of the bear. Doesn't refreeze him again. Sniper shot. Point blank. Disarm last second. Oh my goodness. Can't even get himself a proper sniper shot. Grifka, how do you... I guess the DR on the freezing trap just kind of gave him just a little bit of time just to escape it, didn't they? Tower trap waiting for you. That's about all you can do. Trying to go for the sniper shots, but I feel like you just can't go for the sniper shots for some rogue, man. You can't try to out-snipe him. Kiosk is the last one left to hunt this rogue down. Got a full Hunter's Mark on him. Dots on the rogue. Looks like he's still throwing in flare. Does he get him out in the open? Smoke bomb down. Got himself a trap in there. Charge trap for a second. Shadow Sips around the corner. Pets, maybe. Does he have a bleed on the rogue? I think the rogue might have made a full escape just now. The eyes are there. Kioska trying to see if he can charge in. Does he drop down the trap? The pet? Wait, no. He gets in combat before even a sap. Stun to fall into Grifka. Does he get to take him out? Does he get a human racial really early on? Binding shot to follow into a Death Chakram. Is this enough right now? Does this little mouse take him down? The count of the mouse? Oh, kill shot to follow. Finally, someone took down the rogue, man. I feel like... Oh, Kioska. Oh, my goodness. Now. I'm not going to play favorites here. I know, dude. Watching a rogue get so close, but it's like almost never get punished. Man, it's like it frustrates me too. Don't get me wrong, but you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that the other day. We got Pepsi on that team. We got us guard and Yesley as well. Who's going to be next? Looks like it's going to be Pepsi. I don't know how a Hunter's going to do against a Monk. And this high dampening too. You got to play extra safe, maybe even extra cheesy. Lexube does have a trinket. Sacked for a second. Does pull the pet back actually. Freezing trap onto Zuen. That's super unfortunate. Trying to see if he can back away from Pepsi. but I think it might just be over for Kiosk unless you go for Turtle Shell maybe. Does get himself tanked up, full defensive, full damage to follow into Pepsi as well. With a Sun Reactor, Turtle Shell, trying to see if he can walk him into a binding shot, doesn't quite connect. There's gonna be a ring piece for just a moment, trying to get himself up a little bit of health. Big, what is it, kill shots, but a Karma, I think is just over, right? I don't think there's a way you could deal with a Karma. It is gonna end up taking him down. Yeah, just reversing all the damage back to you. That is rough, man. Alright, let's get into another go. And man, 3 for the Rogue. I guess, honestly, it looked like Rogue went for more close to 1v4, didn't it? But I guess I'm wrong. It was probably just a long game though. Let's get us another going, yeah. But Dan, seriously, my condolences, man. Frisk joined us a couple of these. I always invited him whenever I had the opportunity. I'm sorry to hear that. If that's true, man, that's crazy. Go last game. All right. I mean, okay. We might be able to make a second group after Majus is Gonski for the night. All right, give you guys. What arena do you guys want? What's a good arena, man? Hook point is good for rogues. What's a bad arena for rogues, man? I don't even know if rogues have a bad arena. Because, like, I thought we agreed that Grifka was going to go last, but if he's not going to go last, I want to give you guys, like, a chance. Just because that Crucible, I feel like that's way too big, and I feel like that's going to give rogues an opportunity to reset, man. I feel like it's a bad call, though, honestly. I feel like when it's a big arena with big pillars, and that's what that one has, it's a rogue's playground. Because I remember having, like, I think it was some rogue on an A. I think it was the LFG sucks and, like, a warlock or a mage. It was a mage, probably like Seavark. I think they were having a long back and forth on that one, but because of the rogue and catch the resets. Because, like, last week we had on NA Errorless, and he plays he will just go into stealth for 2 seconds, Shadow Strike, and it keeps it's fun. Grifka, on the other hand, he will literally sit in stealth until cooldowns are back, and then pop back out. And it's like, nothing you can do about it, but it's not as entertaining. So I'm trying to think of, like, what's a good arena, like, if it's not, because if you leave him a clear duty, I guess, like, at least the rest of the team gets a chance. Yeah. One from Dragonflight was good. No good. I can't do no good. This character cannot do no good. Maybe we do just another Nagrand. Nagrand, maybe. Nagrand. We'll do Nagrand. We'll do Nagrand just because I feel like that one doesn't really, like, benefit Rogue super well. Although Trill, I think, does like hook point because Trill last week did say he likes hook point versus Rogues because the pillars are kind of small. I guess maybe his mindset is Rogue's always going to catch a reset, but, like, on Evoker at the very least, he can, like, round the bend and catch him. You know what I mean? So maybe that's what he was thinking. Maybe that one is good. It's just I'm thinking that one is like, oh, the pillars are so easy to get to. But maybe it's just a different mindset. I like Nagrand because this one doesn't feel like it leans towards one class or another. I don't think any class has advantage in Nagrand, really. Like Bridges, class with Laporte and Knockback, get advantage. Big arenas, classes that can cover a lot of mobility get advantage, I feel like, to some degree. Small arenas, usually melee get advantage, like Lord One, not a lot of line of sight for that one. 22, Nell is Og, literally just going Nell, dude, that's funny. Yeah, that's hilarious. Auggies, man, if you're trying to push keys, do it as Augie. It's really, really good. Alrighty, switch. Got ourselves Atherman over for the team. One is a lumberjack. I love that green look you got going on. Got ourselves Jayhawk on that team. We got Kiosk in the back, no good, as well as a R Priest. Gonna be first up versus Pepsi. Trying to see if we can barrage him, but it's gonna be immediate port. As soon as he sees some coolness out of R Priest, he backs up out of there. Grifka on that team too. We got us his Guard, we got us his Kai, we got us his Yesley. I really wanted to see more of these Warlocks in the Worry get a chance to play, honestly. I almost feel like it's either Pepsi or Grifka first up, as it's gonna be big burst onto R Priest. Got himself full, so when Fist of Fury crashing down on him with Aegis, might just go through this burst. Might be kind of a tight situation, actually. Trying to give himself a little bit more help with the Battle Master Stricken, having to go for a big disperse as Pepsi just pushes in, does not want to give this Priest even a breather. Priest actually able to get himself some survivability. Powered Life just coming out big here. Next stun, next fear, maybe could be good. Wait, super low. Oh, super low on health and a touch of death. I was gonna say next fear, next stun, maybe could have given him opportunity, but that's rough, man. He got himself a decent setup, a decent win condition, but he just gotta live for like a little longer. But that's rough against a monk that just puts so much pressure on you. Stun, full explosive one to Pepsi. Does he live this? In cap, it's actually super low in health away. Trying to go for a bit of healing. Mad mobility covers so much distance as he's looking for that full catch up. If Kiosk is running a Mortal Strike pet, that will reduce Pepsi's healing by quite a bit. Gotta be a full poison on him right now, isn't it? Gotta be a slow freezing trap to follow. Kioska looks like Pepsi somehow breaks out of that freeze either way. No way he used Dark Iron Ritual to make out of that one, did he? Gonna be a disarm for a second, at least denying the Fist of Fury into a Fist of Fury, but a body shot does break it. In cap to follow. Pepsi doesn't have Elixir for a while. Does he have the big damage versus Kioska? Traps him for a second, trying to keep the pet alive as best as he can. Actually removing the pet for a second there. As it's gonna be Pepsi rolling in. Karma to follow. Kioska could go for a turtle shell potentially, trying to see if he could freeze Pepsi. Doesn't end up going for turtle shell either way though. Maybe a bit of an overcommit. But the man, look, he's furious, dude. You got to maybe do something. You just couldn't let that man just keep pumping damage into you. But a big death shocker with a kill shot. I keep forgetting that Hunter's death shocker with a kill shot is like next level deadly. I keep forgetting it. But Kioska, every week he comes back, he brings it back, man. That's just such a good combo. Death shocker by itself. But them survival Hunter kill shots in particular, man, they're just brutal. It's going to be Kioska trying to see if he can drop down. Full stun onto Kai as he drops in a full Infernal Mortal Call Fury onto Kioska. Kioska got himself quite a bit of distance, actually. Could maybe make some work of this one. Maybe feint. Does he get away? No, full cancelable. That's a wall for this one. They'll back it away. It's going to be a pour right now for Kai. Kioska will not have himself an easier time right now, but he does have traps. So if he can lay those traps for Kai, he can make it harder for him to reach him. He just got to make sure he can mitigate the pet. Gonna be a port for Kai. Does get himself summed up. Mad kill shots to follow. Kai trying to see if he can tank this up completely. Kioska trying to see if he can go for hit and ones. Big grenades to follow. Mad kill shots. Oh my god. Wait, warrior charges in. Wait a second. Kioska. Oh, freezing trap. Is he gonna, does he die to a bleed? Oh, please no. Please no, 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 no. Kioska feint death. Camo. Nobody move. Oh. Nobody move. Does he find him? Right now it's optimal. It's paramount right now for Guard to find this man immediately. Looking up for the ice, he knows little Hunter's Mark. Does he get intimidated? Kioska needs to be extra careful to hide himself as well as his pet behind the pillar. If any part of you or your pet is reached by Guard, he's gonna know where you are. He finds himself the right pillar, but it's gonna be steel trap. Still has camo for a little bit longer. Death shock him right after. Does he have a stun? Maybe, potentially. Does someone to Kioska, does have a stun, gonna be immediate trinket. Kioska does need himself a bit more damage. Does someone to Guard right now. Just trying to see walk away, throwing in grenades, doing as much damage while he's trying to make some distance with the freezing trap to give himself yet another breather. Manic better just trying to see if he can patch himself up very quickly. It looks like he's recovered quite a bit of health right now. Dampening not super high, so he's able to do something. Guard, next stun can be really deadly. Binding shot, reflect is up, so Kioska can maybe go for a freezing trap next time he ever needs to. Steel trap instead, just laying all those traps for Guard to walk through. There goes the big defensive for Guard. Kioska also goes for a big defense himself as he goes for that Bear's Fortitude. Gives himself a little bit more health. Trinket to follow off of that CC as he puts the warrior on ice, trying to get himself a little bit of survivability. Charge trap for just a second. Can keep his pet over there with grenades thrown in. Guard charges out. That's going to be a death shock and lots of damage potentially. Does he get in the kill shot range? Because that kill shot can be super deadly. Does it take him out right now? Let's shockwave for just a second. Into a disarm. Oh, Kioska with a fear. Oh my god. Yes, it charges in. All the portals in the world. Does Kioska get to recover? Turtle shell. Oh, yes, it was not going to give Kioska a chance there. He just walked in, opened up all those portals, and once they're open, there's nothing you can do to stop him. Maybe feign death. Maybe Shadow Meld, but you gotta be the right ratio for that one. Gotta be a stun onto Yessi as the Infernal crashes next to Atham and disrupting his go blind, but it's gonna be Yessi with a Mortal Call opening up portals. That Desert damage he's putting out is actually quite vicious. Oh my goodness, Atham looking for an escape. The man is the one who ran into and get the attack going. But honestly, I feel like Yessi just set up a trap for the guy. He's like, come over here. Look at me. I am vulnerable. I'm just out in the open. No one's here to help me. Just a paladin rushes out. But honestly, the entire time it was just all a ruse. From the get-go, it was all a ruse. My goodness. This is gonna be a chaos build. No honor for the Hunter. Dude, I know. Hunter was not given an honor duel, but a couple of times, hey, name survival, he's living up to the name and he's surviving. He was surviving all right. He survived through the warrior and everything. That was like a really clutch one. I didn't know which way that was gonna go. Not gonna lie, I was rooting for Kioska. I haven't seen that man in a while, and I thought, oh no, he's dead. But no bleed. It was so perfect. As a warrior, you gotta make sure you put up a bleed. Actually, no, it's Fury. You can't. Can you? So maybe it wasn't a Hunter's hands the entire time. Big cans bolts into Atha, got himself plenty of protection, but those protections are just getting completely devoured by cans bolts. Well, the second it might be a bubble right now. Does he have a bubble? Does go for the bubble. Poured out for Yesti. As we do get an up close and personal camera angle there. This is going to be a bubble right now. Got himself hammer spinning, trying to see if he can charge out. But looks like Yesti is going to be able to bake out of there as a Warlock. Back it up for a second, does himself a succubus at the very least that you can beat up for a moment, get some holy power off of. And yes, it looks like he's recovered quite a bit of health, summoning up a whole new pet as best as he can. It's because the new would have won, obviously. Maybe, right, Kioska? Who knows, right? I can't take invite right now, so I'm gonna have to decline. But I'm mid-game, otherwise I would. Gonna be a big spot. Warden, ask him and get himself a chance to maybe make a play versus Yesi. Full wings available. Get himself full wreck. Wait a second, I think full wreck hit the top of the pillar. I don't even know if it connected. Mortal Coil sent in. I think Yesi might just have Athelman right here. Portal open one. Blind to follow. Oh, the portals and the fell eyeball. Just nothing he could do about it. Just two-prong attack from every angle. My goodness. And Knockwood is going to be up next. Freezing on the pet. Sniper shot in the opener. Yes, he has himself a port available. He wants to go for a port as soon as possible. Wall immediately. It's going to be Big Dutch Shocker. Wait a second. Kill shot. Oh, he triggered for the kill shot. But yes, he does survive. It does go for the Warlock Hellstone with a soul burn. Does go for the for a port right here, right after. The rapid fire to follow. Yesly, does he have survivability? He got him some Battle Master Trinket, but that's really about it. Giving him a little bit extra health. Trying to go for a fear into Knockwood, but no, that kill shot. Flare down. Yeah, for Grifka, I don't really know. I think the Rogue might just take it here. Jayhawk is sitting in the back. He better be prepman. He's better be ready to go as soon as no could. Whether he takes down Grifka or falls him. Freezing Trap, Trinket. Oh, no could. I don't know if he survived this one. Yeah. But at least for Jayhawk, you have created an opportunity here. Jayhawk doesn't really do super well against rogues. At least not tonight. At least not against Grifka. I feel like any other rogue maybe, but not Grifka. And now that Grifka doesn't want to have a trinket, maybe this gives Jayhawk an opportunity here to even out the match just a little bit. As we're heading into the 8-minute mark, 43% dampening, trying to see if they can make a play here. As it's going to be a cheap shot. Grifka knows it's going to be a blink for the mage. Got himself all the time. So he's not going to commit himself a full secret technique or nothing. Going to be Nova. The Jayhawk needs to max up some damage right now. He's got himself good line of sight of the rogue. All the time puts him back in a weird spot. Got him some mobility, but needs to catch up to the rogue. Needs to deny the rogue any kind of resets and get as much damage as he can. Needs more missiles. Gotta be Shane. Thank you so much for the 10-buck donut, my man. Appreciate you. Can we get a hashtag Shane, boys? Appreciate you, my guy. Thank you. Gonna be a Kidney Shot versus Jade. Does have himself a trinket. Breath does not quite connect with the rogue. Wasn't even a Cloak of Shadows. Just I guess it was just missed breath. This is gonna be lots of damage. Jayhawk mages have to go for an Ice Block here. Next secret technique, if it crits, could be the end of ya. Could be really, really bad. As Griff got himself backstab, Ice Block. I think Jay might be lagging tonight a little bit. I think that might be part of the problem there. That is rough. I can't win against dampening. It is rough, man. It is definitely rough. Definitely is it's rough games. I feel like any class that plays off of survivability and self-healing, as soon as the game gets into dampening, it's all to the rogues, all to the hunters, all to the mages, all to every class that's so big and bursty. It's literally their game at that point. Even Warlocks too, to some degree. Misses down for Jayhawk, trying to see if he can get himself a Nova into Grifka. Does get to finally see him for a second. He's gonna go for that, I think, back blink, or all the time reversal. I think it's what it's called, right? When you blink and then you can reverse back to previous blink location. I think it's called reversal. Always called it a back blink. Gonna be cloaking shots for Grifka. Oh. At that point, those red eyes when they're fixated on you, there's nothing you can do. That's rough. Kiyoska does bring it back with 3 though. This man's surviving out here. That Death Shock and Kill Shot combo is so brutal. It's so satisfying to watch though, man. I'm a big fan. Let's get us another going here, boys. Yeah, uno más. Get us uno más in here. And I think Romara said he's gone, right? I think we're trying to pass me lead while I was mid-game. I can't take lead when I'm mid-game like that. Let me see. I gave Atherman lead. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for coming by. Atho. Where are you? I didn't message you, did I? Here we go. Hey. Invite me, plus, and pass lead. So we can keep going though. I think Maju said this is the last one for him, but I'm pretty sure his team would still like to keep playing. so we can try to see if we can get another group going. But yeah, BY for coming by. Cool. I left. I gotta go to sleep. Okay. We'll do this. Who's lead then on that team? Because we could maybe get a couple of bodies in here then. That, or maybe we could call it here. I mean, that could work for me, honestly. Yeah, that's work for me. I got pizza. I got Baldur's Gate 3. I got a video that I work on, so that's not that bad. But I do want to give us just like maybe 5 more minutes to see if we can get a group together. Yeah. Alrighty. If you guys want to join in, 5V5 1v1 Duels, join up. Good night, friend. Thank you so much for coming by. Appreciate you, Magis. If you guys want to join 5V5 1v1 Duels, let's just open up the group. I want to see how many bodies we got tonight in general. Anybody and everybody that's interested, sign up. I'm just gonna keep taking as many bodies as I can. If you get like a full up, like a 10-man in here, then I'll be chilling. Kiosco, can you try to see if you can join the LFG in your party? You take the whole team and just join in. But yeah, anybody that's interested in joining, I'm just gonna collect like see if I can get myself like 11 people in the group, and then we'll figure out the groups and whatnot. I just want to see how many bodies we have that are interested. Oh, okay. Is it just you right now? Okay, I thought it was like a full team then. Cool. Jayhawk. Let's see how many bodies we can get here, yeah? No chance? You good, my guy. Better luck next time. I don't know if his sub-friend Rogue ever joined in. But if you enjoy the games, Nick, I am happy to know. Knockwood. Okay, so at least we can maybe make like a one-man team, but can we make 2? I'm an SS. What do you mean? We were blasting this plus 20. Still, Lust still on CD at Wormy Boy. No, Lair? You guys doing Lair? Because I missed that part. I saw you were doing 20. Oh, NL. Yeah, makes sense. Always got to go before when you're all right. I always, I got a ways to go before I get to where, yeah, dude, yo, honestly, some of these boys that join these duels regular, especially when you get to like Kraga, Chrysler, Telrion, them on the EU, right? They're monsters, man. They play arenas all the time, and they take that skill learned in arenas and apply it in duels. And I feel like maybe to some degree, like duels maybe sort of help them out as well, because we've had some people that competed in duels before that like start out and then just like, you know, maybe like, I don't know, 1200, 1400, 1600, maybe 1850 CR, right? Stepping into the arena, getting to play against other classes. You actually end up learning a lot, like survivability for your class, managing your cooldowns, right? Learning how to counter every other class because you get to see them and how they're playing in a 1v1 setting. And a lot of them actually take that knowledge to some degree and they apply it in arenas and they do better. And we've seen Sivar do super well from these duels. We've seen Christina from EU do super well from these duels and just go on to higher and higher rating from there. And this has been really fun. We do this pretty regularly, and I've been enjoying this. This is probably my favorite part of the week too. My favorite part of the week when it comes to duels. Tomorrow we're going to be doing more over on the NA. Hoping we can get some more regular boys in there. Might not see Sivar tomorrow, which I'll be a little bit sad about. But maybe we'll see like Night King, Nick, maybe Trill. It was a surprise last week too. For practice for sure, but not even an item level geared yet, just referring to that. Oh yeah, so right now Conquest caps are lifted, so like if you want to get yourself a full set of Conquest gear, you totally could. In fact, you probably could just get yourself some crafted gear, or even just buy a bunch of those boxes, honestly. Get yourself like, I don't know, if you can farm up like 1500 Conquest, buy some bunch of those boxes. Maybe that could help you get like gear head to toe. But yeah, as long as you can get yourself some decent stuff with embellishments you need and full set of PvP gear, like for the most part, that's all you need. At least just to get started. And from there, just practice and all that. And then maybe even like playing. I guess it also depends too, like your spec as well. That probably counts as well. Because certain specs definitely have it easier in PvP than others, I'd say. Some race streams now, yo, maybe, dude. We're gonna be doing them. If I do any Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, probably next week I could do one. Yeah, depending on like whenever we do our roster or like who is in for which fight. If I'm in for like Kazara or like Echo and Sark or something, because we're just been doing skips right now. This week we did a skip. We did Kazara, Nelth, Sark really quickly. That got a bunch of us motivated. Then we went and killed. We killed Assault, Rashok. Amalgamation fight with a Shadow Flame, And then next day we did experiments really quickly. We did Discarn, a couple of pulls, and then Magmarex, a couple of pulls, and that's it. And it was really, really early week. So we were trying to see if we can get it down to just one night clear. Depending on how many fights we're in and how fast we're going through them, I'll be down to do some raid streams on the Rogue. Unless I bring like an Evoker or something. Maybe I can talk to Gildas and be like, yo, bring this 442 Evoker? Would it be better than a Rogue? But we have a pretty big roster. Everybody's trying to get their weekly vaults out of the way. We actually got everybody 3 vaults this week. It just worked out that way. Bunch of gear. The Zaskar Mythic Trinket dropped. The Sarkareth Mythic Trinket dropped. Your boy got both of those. But yeah, no, Sarkareth Trinket didn't drop. That was from vaults. What dropped from Sarkareth? It wasn't like, we got a Lego, one of them. What else did we get? I don't even remember. Honestly, I don't even remember. I know we got a Lego. That's really about it. Got a mount? Yo, Yushi! Hey, grats. That's a good one. By the way, mounts are going to be so much easier to get once the heroic version of Dawn of the Infinite opens in 10.1.7. Because it looks like the... What is it? Cursor? Is that what's it called? The Courser mount? Is that what it is? Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Hold up a minute. I like how it says Mythic Plus here, by the way. Yeah, Reigns of the Quantum Courser. It looks like that's on a loot table for the heroic version of this dungeon, which is coming out, a heroic version in 10.1.7. You'll be able to queue for the first half and the second half. I think this boss on heroic is going to be like spammable. Like tier, more cheat, time lost battlefield. People are just going to spam this out and get the Courser. What the Courser mount does is it can transform into any mount that's a dungeon mount from previous raids. Oh no, raids, dungeons. So like you can get the Sharkbait from Freehold or the Raptor from King's Rest, or I think some of the older mounts, like some of the older like bronze dragons from like Wrath of Lich King dungeons and stuff, I think. But you can get a lot of mounts from this thing, and I think people are just gonna end up farming that in heroic like over and over and over and over and over, trying to see if you can get the Reigns of the Quantum Cursor, just spamming it. I hope they keep it on the loot table though. I think that would be so cool. I imagine they might take it out, but I hope they keep it. Kalahari, how you doing, fam? Hope you're having a good one. Just doing some duels. We actually have had ourselves back-to-back games, trying to see if we can get a couple of bodies. But otherwise, we can have a slight... We did do our 2 hours of just non-stop games, so I'm down to call it. Because I got Baldur's Gate 3 and some videos stuff I want to work on. But I'm trying to see if we can get ourselves a couple more bodies, seeing if there's enough for a second team. But yeah, how you doing, by the way? Hope you're having a good one. I've had a fantastic night tonight with the duels, man. We've had quite a variety today as well. We had plenty of rogues, but also plenty of like warlock games. We had ourselves a survival hunter, could make it a big comeback too. I like survival. I like it a lot too, man. Like a lot. I like it a ton, man. Survival's a lot of fun. It's my favorite for PvE, and I think for PvP it fits even better. It's like that melee hunter with disengage and harpoon and the dots and the pet and the traps, and the grenades, and just it's really, really cool, unique spec. And I'm hoping they do something for hunter, maybe even give him like a raid buff or something, kind of like what Rogue's got their atrophic poison. But I do hope they give survival hunter something unique too, right? Kind of like how you have enhancement shaman with Wind Fury. Maybe not something that's like a must-have like a Wind Fury, but like, I don't know, some kind of a buff or whatever, like something unique that they can bring that isn't necessary, but it's nice to have kind of deal. You know what I mean? That, or that we need to give them as much damage as the other hunter specs. Maybe a bit more survivability just because they're always in melee. And make it so that... kind of like how they do with Shatterpriest, right? Shatterpriest, Red Paladin, they're like the Windwalker. They're like the only DPS spec of that entire class. They need to make sure they have good damage on them at all times. Give us stuff, please. New defensively, I think you totally give them something. Why can't I join? Are you NA cloak or are you EU? Because if you're EU, we do have a group right now in LFG Raids Legacy right now. I'm doing great, thank you. If you need another player, I can join. I'm bad in PvP 0 gear. All good, my guy. I'm just trying to see if we have enough bodies tonight. But it looks like maybe it's the end of the night. It is like 7, honestly. It is pretty late tonight anyway. So I'm just trying to see if we can get more bodies or not. But my boy Krager ain't around, Jesus ain't around, Archie ain't around, Chrysler ain't around, Talrion not online. So we did get ourselves a handful of games back to back though, so I was really, really happy about that. That was awesome. But I feel like all the regulars are not around. Mini's proud. Riz. Wait, we could maybe get Raz. Okay, so maybe we could actually get a couple of these in here. Hold on, maybe we could do this. Wait, children? Wait, now we got homies? What is this? Hold on. I'm just gonna invite you boys just to see how many bodies we can get. Because we need 11 and we can make a full team. I know I'm just inviting you, but at some point we're just gonna have to pick like who's in which team or whatever. But yeah. Never mind, I got in. Let's go. So we need like 2 more, 3 more, and we'll be set. If we can get 3 more in like 5-ish minutes, 4-ish minutes by the time the clock hits like 7:10. Then maybe, because it is late on the year too. Like, what time is it? 2 almost? 1? Because it is kind of late. Mini is me. I feel so bad. I'll get. We'll see if we can get us those bodies. If we get 3 more, we'll get a game going. But otherwise, we'll probably just call it there. But hopefully you're having a wonderful evening, by the way, Kalahari. I've been talking on stream today about Baldur's Gate a little bit. Trying not to get super into it. But I've been enjoying the game a ton. But doing these duels have been really, really nice, man. I still gotta get my alts done this week too on WoW. I'm thinking tonight I'm gonna get some work done. I'm gonna take it easy for the next few days. I'm doing more Baldurs. Yeah, man. Plus 2 the key, lol. Dude, easy. That Augie, man. Easy. It's as long as you can live on that Augie, right? Because you could really push on Augie. Well, if you're in the UK, fair enough. Yeah, it is still pretty late though in the EU. It is like what, only 7 PM my time. So I've got like at least 5 hours of free time that I can burn between food, between chilling, between getting work done, or maybe like an hour of work afterwards or whatever, or really, really tough work. Because a lot of the stuff that I've done, I did a lot of prep work all day today for vid. I'll come in 5 minutes. Grain. Hey, we need 2 more with you, Grain. If we get you in, we need +2. Can we get +2 in here? Because we just need like 3 more, and the teams are ready. I don't get so tired till 6 AM. Jake, I recently fixed my sleep schedule, man. I am so happy, and I've been trying to keep up with it. Last night, I wanted to just keep playing Baldur's Gate 3 a lot more, but it came down to like what, 1 AM, and I was like, all right, I gotta do something. I can give myself excuses and just stay up forever. I'm having a lot of fun with the game, like ridiculous amount of fun. You ever just play a game and you're just tired at the end of it? And then other times you play a different game, and you're not tired. You want to keep playing. You want to keep going. It's one of those games, man. It's one of those games. Grifka's like, Grifka. As soon as I said, "Grain, we get you in," Grifka's ears perked up. It's like, what? The one warrior that blasts me to smithereens. Uh-oh. I just done the 17 old one failed bugs. CC ads. Aw, man. Yeah, honestly, just queue up as a evoker. I feel like every good group is gonna snag up an evoker. But yeah, that's rough, man. That's unfortunate. I've been in those, honestly. When you're just doing spamming Uldaman and spamming Neltharis for like your best weapons. By the way, I did some sims on my rogue. Apparently, Neltharis Forge Storm is a really good 447, but a crafted one is a little bit better. So I'm right now just running like a normal weapon and a Croc Tusk in offhand. I do need to resim it again, but I'm pretty sure it's like my best combo right now for M+ and raids right now. It's kind of crazy. I tanked 6 back-to-back free hulls last night. I was top DPS with 4 of them. Hence the Augur vocal push today. Hell yeah, my man. Yeah, enjoy it, honestly. Definitely have some fun with it, you know? But yeah, 6 till 6, 12 is so good. From 6 AM till 12 PM. I guess that's, if you could wake up at that time, I guess that could work, yeah. That was used to be my sleep schedule for a good bit, like going to bed at like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, and I'm like, all right, 12, all right, if I get myself 2 hours of sleep, I can still get up, I can get my video work done, I can get my thumbnail stuff done. I'm like, wait, running off 2 hours of sleep has been my schedule for like a good bit here. Woodwalker in 2 weeks, 2300 rating, put so far on the scavenger. Hell yeah, dude, let's go. Yeah, Windwalkers, everybody in the mother seems to be picking them up right now. It's like the best melee at the moment. plenty of survivability, fantastic damage, can really score a kill and really guarantee one. Yeah, right now it's a pretty it's still a range caster meta. It feels like range still feel pretty oppressive. As a melee, like you have a hard time sometimes getting past them, just the amount of damage you can deal. If you miss a kick, that's it, they just blow you up. But a Windwalker definitely got a bit of a kick and plenty of mobility to escape these casters, man. It's crazy. 2300 days, 1.2k last night, dude. Easy there, bucko. People are gonna start snagging you in the plus 30 real soon with that score. What is this? Say some score for the rest of us. But you might as well go for like 2500. Are you gonna push on that thing? Because I feel like it's a pretty good class for it. I'm pretty sure if you are decent at AUG and you're geared, like any real good group is gonna like want to snag you. Like a good one is gonna be fighting for you. So eventually, like even if you have to bounce from a couple of groups back to back, you'll find like a really good one. Probably aim for a title of Vengeance on AUG. Yeah, honestly, I feel like AUG would be much easier. Much easier. Do you see the spread of titles, dude? I know that they recently added augmentation and Fire Mage got a good rework, but right now like the titles, it went from like it was a bar of like basically every class had like a little bar, right? And you have like a line, and every class is like a little. Let me see if I can just find it real quickly. Let me see if I can find it. Because if I can find this bar and explain to you guys easier, it's gonna make so much more sense. Hold on a second. There it is. Okay. I want to see if I can like... Okay. I want to see if I can make it full screen. I want to kind of not show you the bar immediately. I kind of want to like expand it real big. And like, I want to show you what it looks like. Okay. So you can kind of see the bar of classes, right? It's a breakdown, right? So you have Windwalker monks and monks in general on the right hand side. I think this is the Windwalker, I think this is the Brewmaster, I think this is the Mistweaver distribution, right? There's Death Knights, probably two specs combined together. There's the Vengeance Demon Hunter, Havoc Demon Hunter, but you can see like, you can kind of see the bar, right? It's really confusing, but it shows you week after week how many classes are in place for title, right? How many classes are pushing the difficult dungeons and how many are qualified for the title progression, right? So as classes are pushing higher keys or whatever, and how many DPS there is, how many, I think it's all a DPS chart. No, that's not just the DPS chart, but it shows you how many more DPS in there. And every single week, the number goes higher as more people are pushing for score and whatnot. And you see how much score everybody needs for like every single key, I think, in order to get in that title range, right? The pushing, and it's pretty decent distribution, right? It kind of veers a little bit, rogues get shrunk a little bit, warriors get to shrink a little bit as well, paladins start to expand a bit, certain rogue specs get to shrink a bit while others grow, mages are kind of bouncing back and forth or whatever, right? Everything is normal, everything is fine. And then, I'm gonna wait for it. Right, everything is kind of normal. Everything is all good. You know, it fluctuates, right? Shadow Priests are building up a bit of steam, stuff like that. Crazy cool. And then all of a sudden, it has a shift, right? So it mixes, matches stuff, does stuff, whatever, and then bam. Oh. Certain bars are a lot more prominent than others. So you have had like this wavy line or whatever, and then bam. Priest. Paladin, Druid, Bear, Mage, Evoker. Oh, all of a sudden it's no longer like really colorful and looking weird. It's just, oh, color scheme. Bam, next week. Bam, next week. Bam. I think it's the highest, right? It's just like blocks. It used to be just like different distributions, but like it waves and merged and moved and stuff, and bam. Meta. Defined. People call it the Exodia comp, the God comp, Bear Druid, Holy Paladin, Shadow Priest, Mage, Evoker, and every other class. They still exist, right? They still exist. They're just like really tiny. So you can see like right here, this is somewhere Windwalker, somewhere Shadowman in there, Priest, Holy probably, Boomkin maybe or something, right? They just like shrink. DKs, they barely have much representation. Non-existent, basically. Demon Hunters were kind of played. No, they're kind of just right here. Just a little bar. That's it. Just a little bar. Just a little bar. and it's crazy. And I wonder if they'll like, I feel like this is where like tuning needs to come in. And this is where you probably would be chopping heads, right? All right, Shadow Priest, head chop. All right, Bear Druid, head chop. All right, Mage, head chop. All right, Evoker, Giga Nerf. But no, not really. It is a new class though. Honestly, it is a new class. I just got kicked from a 17 because I'm not AUG. Man, yeah, dude, it trickled down. Like, nothing should stop you from even pushing its devastation. But everybody in the mother wants an AUG. At this point, I don't even know if people realize why they want an AUG. I think they just know that everybody's running an AUG, so I need an AUG. But I don't think they realize why people are using AUGs. Why people play in augmentation. I feel like there's definitely going to be groups out there that are like, especially like the lower end of keys, they're not utilizing an AUG for their very specific tools. Like the AUG is there and they're pressing maybe the buffs and maybe they'll have like a 30% uptime and you'll still get the dungeon done just normal. Right? It's just, I don't know. I'm only getting a AUG and I'm hard swapping a devil and AO. When I'm hard swapping dev. Man, that's rough. I don't get the group, then it looks for it. Oh! Hold on, Goodly? Wait, no, never mind. But that was the 3 we needed, actually. Are they gonna resend up? Because I don't know. I think they need to sort out AUG details so that it looks like they're doing DPS. So AUG is actually doing a ton of DPS. You can't see it in details, but they only have those hooks to see those numbers on Warcraft logs. Warcraft logs is doing their own version of a recount though, or their own version of details. So like you'll be able to download it and see. They're actually doing a ton of, like a real good evoker is buffing your classes by quite a bit. So their contribution is mad. You know what I mean? Hard to find some people. Good luck. All right, all good. All good, friend. All good, friend. Gonna call it for the night. Thanks all. All. NA duels tomorrow. See you all next week. Thank you all so much for coming by, boys. We're gonna call it here though. Can I do this band? This band? Group this band? Raid this band? Can I not just slash this band? Is that not a thing anymore? I guess you could just leave, right? I'm playing a stun build for AUG. Like the knock up into a thing and a stun. That could be useful. Is that meta? See them on logs? Yeah, they're pretty good on logs right now. I mean, you just assume that, like, if you're watching a mage doing like 180k DPS, you know it's not just mage just doing that damage. It's the AUG. It doesn't do that much damage. Although AUG do benefit rogues some way somehow. That versatility, I mean, a little bit is good. Crit is kind of good. Agi we don't know the scale with, but like it let me do 165k, 68k DPS in a freehold, like 22, 21 or something like that. It's really cool. I liked it. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of blast with it. I thought it was great. I thought it was wonderful. But yeah, it was fun. I think it was with Azal too. He was tanking that one, I believe. But yeah, so they do well. They do buff you quite a bit. But man, it's crazy. It is a weird spec, man. But it is a good spec. I think that more classes need to be like it. I think if there's more classes that are competing with AUG as like a buff class, I feel like we'd have a lot more variety. It's just now everybody in the mother needs an AUG, or at least feels like they need an AUG. But let's say if like Outlaw did the same thing as an AUG did, or like a Disc Base did the same thing as an AUG did, or a Survival Hunter did the same thing as an AUG did, right? A buff class, you could just bring like a buff class, a DPS class, a healer, a tank, and then whoever you want afterwards, right? Once you get yourself a decent setup, you can literally bring like 2 DPS then, and you're good. Been a while since I had good stats with the character. Moonwalker has 33 crit, 20% of burst. It's amazing finally have a gear stats. Dude, honestly, man, once you get into that point, oh, it is golden. Alrighty, boys. Thank you so much for coming by. Appreciate you. I'm going to call it here, though. We got duels tomorrow. I got myself Baldur's Gate to dive back into. Pizza waiting for me as well. Thank you all. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I got a bit of a project I'll be working on tonight as well. And I'll see all of you guys tomorrow for another one, yeah? Thank you so much for coming by. Appreciate you guys are wonderful, beautiful. You have a wonderful, wonderful evening, you boys. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Peace.
Just walk right out the door. Don't wanna do this anymore. crazy out my mind. How'd you do this every time?
It's murder. Go crazy, berserker. I killed it, 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 it's murder. Go crazy.